Donald Trump to redraw the state's congressional districts so that Republicans could win almost all of them. More from KTRS's Steve Potter.
The rare mid-decade redistricting plan, which now heads to the state Senate, is aimed at bolstering Republicans' national prospects in next year's U.S. House elections. It comes after similar moves in Texas and California. House districts were redrawn across the country after the 2020 census to account for population changes, but the current plan is being done for partisan advantage, a process known as gerrymandering. The Missouri NAACP has sued, seeking to invalidate the special session. The state lawsuit asserts there is no extraordinary circumstance to justify the session and that the state constitution prohibits redistricting without new census data or a ruling invalidating the current districts. But Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway, who took office on Monday, said she doesn't think there is any constitutional prohibition on mid-decade redistricting. Steve Potter, KTRS News.
Darren Bailey is seeking a rematch with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. The former Republican state senator is reportedly planning to run for governor of Illinois again next year. Cook County Republican Party Chairman Aaron Del Mar said that he has agreed to be his running mate. A formal campaign announcement is expected later this month. Bailey lost to Pritzker in the governor's race in 2022. How St. Louis City residents can help decide how money will be spent in their neighborhoods is in this KTRS Business Minute, brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. The City of St. Louis is inviting residents to help shape the future of their neighborhoods with a focus on tornado-impacted neighborhoods. KTRS's Jill Enders has the story.
The city is launching neighborhood planning efforts that will guide how development, investment, and growth take shape for the next decade. City leaders say this will heavily focus on neighborhoods impacted by the May 16th tornado. The city is now accepting applications for neighborhood planning committees. Those applications are available online at planstl.com. Now, the deadline to apply is October 13th. Jill Enders, KTRS News.
Now let's take a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement, Saturdays from 9 to 11 a.m. Wall Street at the close today, Dow Jones down 220 points to 45,490. S&P 500 up 19 points to 6,532. The NASDAQ up 6 points to 21,886. Now let's check sports and traffic with Captain Paul Kopsky.
Meep, meep.
Thank you, Captain Paul. KTRS weather. A warming trend is happening. Today, partly cloudy, high of 88. Tonight, cloudy with an overnight low of 65. And tomorrow, sunny and a high of 90. Looking ahead to Saturday, sunny with a high of 92. And Sunday, mostly clear, high of 95. Currently, it's 87 degrees at 3:09. I'm Sobe Bay, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
The big, beautiful tax bill just passed. Do you know how these changes will affect your financial plan? What changes has your financial advisor made to take advantage of these opportunities before they expire? Join me, Kevin Lloyd, for my next tax workshop, 314-641-1010. Learn how these changes can benefit you and your family. 314-641-1010.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPLA, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Heidi, 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 Heidi. Hody, 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 ho. Heedy, 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 hee. Heidi, 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 ho. Poor man, poor man, poor
Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. A little warmer this afternoon. Hopefully you're staying cool, though, and we will hopefully keep you informed and entertained over the next couple of hours. Heidi Glaus here with Bob Ramsey, Josh Gilbert, and let me tell you what we have on the docket. First up at 3:30, Dr. Ravi Johar, and we're talking about something I didn't even know was a thing. And then when I started doing some research, it is all over the news the last couple of days, the kissing bug disease. And when I saw the kissing disease, I thought, oh, mono, isn't that what we used to call that?
Exactly right.
But you throw in a bug and it gets a little more dangerous. So,
And creepy.
yeah, Dr. Johar will tell us what it is, what to look for, and what to do if you think you have it. So that's coming up at 3:30. We'll also celebrate Wildwood. Can you believe Wildwood has been a community now for 30 years? It is a fantastic community, great businesses, lots of great restaurants. And we'll talk to the mayor of Wildwood, tell you what's planned because everyone is invited to celebrate. That's coming up at about 10 minutes before 4. In the 4 o'clock, Lauren Risley will be with us. We're talking about home values. CNN has a story about how home values have increased in the last 5 years. But Lauren always kind of points out the national headlines don't always, equal what's happening here in St. Louis. So she'll break it down for us here in St. Louis. We'll also check in with ABC News chief investigative reporter. You've probably heard at the top of the hour there that conservative commentator Charlie Kirk was shot at a Utah college. So we will get the latest on that. There is a suspect in custody, but we will bring you up to date in the 4 o'clock hour. And in the 5 o'clock, we will talk to a woman who has written a book about Hiroshima. It's kind of crazy. She was in 6th grade when World War II was going on, and kind of a first-person account of this. So she will join us and tell us about a new book that she has written. So that's what we have coming up, and hopefully you'll hang out and be a part of it here on the show. I don't know if I'm embarrassed by this or if I'm slightly proud of myself for this. You guys can weigh in on the KTRS text line, 84126. So it's warmer than I thought, but I have on this long sleeve shirt today, and I had already ironed, I would say, 3/4 of it when I saw a little bitty mark. So at first, tried to take the shout and,
what kind of
get
garment?
it out. This shirt that I have on
this
right
current
now.
shirt. Okay.
Yes. And it wasn't working. Then I went to bleach, which usually takes things out pretty quickly.
Dangerous though.
It is dangerous. It really didn't do anything. Lightened it up a bit, but didn't do much.
I have a sense of what's coming. Go ahead.
And then I thought to myself, I have some whiteout in a drawer in the kitchen. And I bet that will cover that little mark.
Where is it?
That's exactly right. Where is it, Josh? Where is it?
It's on the front.
It is on the front. It's on the back. I wouldn't
I'm
have cared as much.
Looking, I'm looking.
Can you see? I mean, maybe I just came up with the best hack ever.
Your left shoulder. No, that's not it. Okay.
I'll actually show it to you. Right.
On the front button placket.
Wow.
Yeah, right
Can't
there.
see it.
Can't see it. Now you can feel it. Little, crusty because it's
Look
the
at
whiteout.
you.
So I might have just discovered a new use for whiteouts.
You need to be like a laundry hack
Yeah,
show.
you know.
person.
Hang on. This is like a flannel-esque shirt.
Yeah.
It's got some texture to it.
It does have some texture
If it was
to
a
it.
nice, clean, white dress shirt, I don't think you'd be able to pull this off.
I don't know. I think
Well-
it's harder with the texture
Well, that's what I'm saying. You think it's harder to pull
to
off?
cover what she's done.
No, I think because the whiteout has a texture to it,
It does indeed.
and so I think it
She might
works
be able
perfect.
to see the splotch.
If it was
were
a crisp
Yeah.
white
like a dress shirt.
button-down dress
Yeah.
shirt, you could see it.
Maybe.
I think.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd
Not
already
bad.
committed
Not
to
bad.
the
Not
shirt and wasn't going to find something else. So I'm
committed to
like,
the shirt. I love it.
Now, I've seen, maybe it's been on movies or TV shows where women will take a Sharpie and color in their shoes with it.
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is,
I'm actually seeing a little spot on your.
I know, I
Cuff
noticed.
over there.
So when you have a child, Heidi.
Yeah.
When you have a child. I was wearing a shirt yesterday that had a stain that Finn got on it. And
Yeah.
I didn't, this one's got a little chocolate on the sleeve.
That might not have been Finn.
No, I don't eat chocolate. I'm not a chocolate guy.
Not chocolate, not ice cream. I know.
No.
Why he's so bitter?
You can take your sweets and stuff it.
Oh, that's not necessarily the case, though. You do like some sweets,
Yes. But
Just not chocolate.
not chocolate.
just not
ice
the
cream.
normal kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Things that improve people's quality of life so much they wish they did it sooner. Thought I would share this just,
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I'm a big fan. We got a bidet. And
You brought this up a week or two ago.
that's on this list, so I'm not alone. Matter of fact, I had a couple people over on Saturday before we went to a party.
And they took turns. Big party in the
Big
bidet
party.
room.
Well, they wanted to know where we got it and what brand it was.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I have been kicking this can down the road for at least 10 years.
Well, it's so cheap. You get in the, basically, it is a thing that attaches to your current toilet for $20, maybe 30.
I don't know what I was reading, but it was an article and it was within the past week, because I even thought about Heidi when I read this, that he test drove a couple of toilets and test drove the add-ons and all that stuff. And he said it's life-changing for the better.
Yeah, I'm with it. Somebody said when my kids come home from school, I put my phone in a drawer, don't touch it again until they're asleep. To kind of make sure that you're present with
That's
your
good.
kids.
I like
good.
the idea in practice, probably not practical.
Why?
I mean, what if you get a phone call?
Your
What if,
kid's home. That's the only one you really care about protecting.
okay, but what if my mom calls me?
She's fine.
What if I need to check the score
Oh,
of the football
there
game?
now
it
we've
is.
gotten to the truth,
Yeah.
Heidi.
Nice,
We
okay.
had to badger the witness a little bit.
Yeah, but we got it.
It's not practical.
Yeah, for you. For some, it might be.
I've gone-
Deleting
wait.
social media.
Oh,
That
yes.
is one
Yes.
probably a lot of us should do to make a life a little more
I only have
pleasant.
one thing, and I really need to get off of it completely, and that's Twitter. And I'm working at
It's
it.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do any
Sometimes-
of the other stuff.
I'll go out on Twitter. I never comment. I never make posts myself. I'll go out there and just see what's on. It is just negativity
Well, and
coming
it's
from every direction.
also hard to tell what is true and what is
True.
not. Last
true.
night, when I got home, Marsha said, "Is this a lie? Did Caitlin Clark really get engaged?" I'm like, "No, it's a lie. It's not been anywhere else. Like, you just cannot tell what is true and what's not."
My mom calls me on Monday morning, and she's
Thank goodness you didn't have the phone in the drawer.
Yeah.
yeah. See, see, because what she told me was like, she said, "Did you know that Snoop Dogg just died?"
Snoop Dogg's
And I'm
still
like,
alive.
I'm looking at my phone, waiting for the
Where
New
did you
York
see this,
Times,
Mom?
the CNN, the BuzzFeed alert about Snoop Dogg hadn't come over. So where did you see? She goes, well, some guy at the doctor's office had it on his phone.
Oh.
I'm like,
Yep.
Mom.
It's hard though. It's
It
not
truly
just
is.
for moms. I mean, or dads of a certain age. It's hard to tell what's what at 20.
I agree.
Walking every day is another one that will improve your sleep, mood, energy. Quitting a toxic job, you might not even realize.
Okay, I got to go.
All right.
No, this is the least toxic job of all time.
Yeah.
But I would agree with that.
I'll tell you something I wish we would have done sooner, buying those blackout curtains.
Oh, yeah.
Life changing. You can sleep so much longer.
Agreed.
Understanding that working with someone smarter than you is a privilege and an opportunity to learn and hone your own skills,
Actually,
not
I
a
can't really
threat.
find that situation.
Thank you, guys. I've been waiting for this recognition.
Yeah.
all
I knew the
week long.
wisecracks were coming.
The going back to the blackouts.
Yeah.
Uh,
Blackout curtains, not
yes.
blackouts on a Friday night.
Sure. We had them. We've moved into our house 4 years ago. We've had them. I've just discovered using them.
What do you mean?
Were they in a box or were they
No.
just open and you left
They're
them
just
open?
kind of open. And then I realized, oh, you know what? If I close these and close this other one,
I am so perplexed right now.
it gets really dark in here.
Haven't you been to a hotel room where you have 2 layers and you always close the blackout one at night?
You know what? What's great is how the world, something new, opens up to you every day,
Yes.
and that's a wonderful world.
Whether you're
for you.
44 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we leave them partially open during the week, and then on the weekends I make a point to close them tight.
down.
Close them tight.
Why do you leave them partially open when you're sleeping during the
Because
week?
we got to get up early.
It's alarm.
Well, I know, but it's nice to be woken up by the sunrise rather than that. Ugh, the alarm. Hate it.
Okay.
Hate the alarm.
Okay. I'm going to take a different stance on this. It's more even about the street lights and everything else that
Yeah.
makes it a blackout,
That's-
not just the sun.
Yeah, that's like in our bedroom, neighbors across the cul-de-sac have their light on, and if you leave the windows open, that light is right in my eyes.
Yeah, same for our house.
And so when it's time, you can shut those.
And you
we,
don't-
We have these blinds that are blackout blinds that come all the way down. Now, the problem is when it's great weather and you want the windows open, then you got to make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sound. We got a sound machine, and it was just a cheapo
Miami sound machine?
Yep. Gloria Stefan comes
Uh-huh.
over to the house every night. $35 changes the way you sleep. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your
That's your
adding,
contribution
I'm
to
the
adding
list.
to the list.
Okay.
something you wish you would have done sooner that has improved your life.
There
Yes.
you go.
I
Well
like
done.
it.
And there's a bunch of real expensive ones out there. No. $35.
How about a $10 fan?
Yeah, but then you get the fan blowing on you.
So
We'll point it the other direction.
the thing that you bought is better than just an app on your phone?
I think it is because it
A
does.
lot of people do it.
It does its own thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to reach over and set my phone and
Yeah. Okay.
One button, turn it on. One button turns it off.
Sound is not my issue at night.
Really?
I'm okay with that.
The silence is deafening when I'm trying to sleep.
Wow.
I never used to be that way. Then Jen started sleeping with the fan, and then a while back I was kind of getting some night sweats and stuff, and she said, "Well, let's get this other fan," and it was louder, and so it made a difference for me. And now I use it every night.
Yeah, you kind of get addicted and used to it as far as that goes. Somebody said stop relying on social media for your news and government for medical advice. I don't go to social media for news
No.
at all.
No.
It's just entertainment as far as that goes.
We had a sound machine for Finn when he was a baby, and I started wondering if we start this at year 0,
Yep,
will he have to rely on this for the rest
Forever?
of his life?
and he will. And you made the right call.
But he got to a point where I'm in his room with him and I'm getting his bed set up, and I turned it on like a couple months ago, and he said, I don't like that.
Good for him.
Oh,
And so I turned it, and we haven't used it since.
He'll be fine. That's really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
he
Because
will
our
be.
kids all use them. They got to take the fan with them when they go somewhere. It's like, come
Checking
on.
into a hotel, you got a big pedestal fan.
Yeah.
Well, they're
I
little
think
fans,
Wendy
but they're
Weiss
fans.
used to travel with one, didn't she?
Did she?
I
Wendy,
thought so.
Bob, Wendy Weiss has 4 fans in her room every night
Yeah.
that she turns on.
We've only got 3, so she's beat.
You do?
We don't even have a ceiling fan in our
We
room.
go ceiling fan and then 2 little, those little fans.
You've got
you get at Target.
3 fans? Oh, my goodness.
On top of air conditioning.
Yeah, in addition to, yes.
Right. Okay.
Or heat.
Yeah.
Because they stay on, they'll be on in the winter too.
All right. Mostly as a sound machine.
Mostly. But I do like a ceiling fan. It's on low,
Yeah.
but just keep circulating air. I like. You don't like that?
I don't. I tend to get a sore throat if I have a ceiling
Yep.
fan
Oh.
above me.
Yeah, I don't want stuff blowing on my
Yeah.
face.
Don't
no.
blow on my face. So you know the trick with the ceiling fan where you switch the button and it blows down on you,
Or
but
up.
Yes.
but it pulls up.
Clockwise or counterclockwise.
I think something's wrong with our AC, and I turn the fan on, and I feel like I'm not getting enough blowing down on me.
Okay.
So at about 11:45 last night, I'm with my camera flashlight, and I'm standing on my bed, and I'm looking for the switch.
Oh, I wish I had a picture.
And my
Yeah.
wife rolls over and says, "What
are
are you
you
doing?"
doing?
Did you figure it out?
No, I didn't figure it out.
It's probably that little switch on the side.
I can't
Yeah.
find it for the life of me.
Somebody on the text line, I travel with my fan. Speaking of travel, there is a fantastic trip coming up to Alaska, and Holland America Line and Altair Travel are going to present On Stage Alaska, which is going to be anytime they do this in Altair's living room. It is so great because you get to ask whatever questions it is about that trip you've been dreaming about, just to learn so much more. So it's kind of captivating. It's informative. It's a live presentation, so they'll show some videos. They'll talk about it. They've been on this trip before, so they know everything about it. The Great Land is brought to life as this team of Alaska experts will share their passion for the 49th state. On Stage Alaska is only for a limited engagement Tuesday, September 23rd at Altair at 6:30. So you need to register. It's free. But just so they can kind of get a head count of how many people are coming, you can call Altair at 314-968-9600. You can also go online, altairtravel.com. It is going to be so cool. And I know Alaska is at the top of our list. It's at the top of my dad's list. So if you have ever wanted to see Alaska, this is a great time to just go and check out what's involved and all of the crazy things you'll see. Chances are you'll be more excited at the end of the presentation. Of course, that's just one of the many places that Altair Travel and Cruises will take you, and you can go by yourself because they always have group travel. If you don't have someone that you are traveling with these days, they'll kind of put together something for you. Or maybe you want to go on a romantic getaway. Altair Travel and Cruises has so many ideas, so many great deals. Again, you can learn more at altairtravel.com.
Electricity is very important because if you don't have electricity, you're sitting in the dark in more ways than one. And when the lights go out for one last time, maybe, just maybe, you want a whole home generator. Well, that's where Michael Baldy comes in because Michael Baldy can do that. He's putting in a whole home generator for a friend of mine on the hill. Whether you live on the hill or a brand new home, at some point you're going to need some electrical help, and that's where Michael Baldy comes in. He's been an electrician since 1996, and he has a full team of electricians who will help you every single step of the way, whether it's a whole home generator, maybe some extra plugs for the Christmas lights, maybe it's something in the basement, something in the attic, maybe the garage, doesn't matter. Whether it's an old Victorian home or a brand new commercial building, indoor or out, Michael Baldy, the electrician, has got to be on your phone. Put him on your speed dial, 314-968-9999, 314-968-9999. You can thank me later. Michael Baldy, BaldyElectric.com.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
You know, over the years, Lordo's has become part of the family for many, many St. Louis families. For 80 years, they've been helping St. Louis families with all of the jewelry needs, whether it's the diamond ring, a diamond ring, maybe something for St. Patrick's Day, something for an anniversary, Valentine's Day. Throughout the years and throughout the calendar, it's Lordo's as your go-to. Whether it's men or women, you want to repurpose something or buy something new, Lordo's Diamonds in the heart of Ladue on Clayton Road. You see, it's a family business. The family's been running it for years, and they learned it from their father, who learned it from their father. And so that family jeweler, it's where generations of St. Louisans go. Grandparents have gone there. Your grandkids will go there. Right there in Ladue on Clayton Road, across the street from a Norman Rockwell-esque firehouse, is Lordo's Diamonds. Go in, make a friend, and make them your family jeweler, because you can thank me later. 314-432-8008 or online, lordosdiamonds.com.
Looking for a new kitchen or bathroom? Call me, Anne-Marie Bogus, the co-host of The Inside Out Show and owner and designer of Anne-Marie Design Studio. Visit our website at annemariestudio.com. We can help you make your dream space a reality. We're a fine kitchen and bath boutique located in Wildwood. Our showroom phone number is 636-821-3395. And again, our website is annemariestudio.com. Let's turn your kitchen or bath into the dream reality with Anne-Marie Design Studio.
When it comes to mortgage lenders, I know you have no shortage of options. But are you working with someone local who can truly simplify the process? I'm David Goldberg with the Goldberg Group, and as a St. Louis home purchase expert, I know this market inside and out. I specialize in tough-to-complete situations for borrowers who are self-employed, looking to buy and sell at the same time, and may have been turned down somewhere else. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned homeowner, you can trust me with all of your home financing needs. Call or text me at 314-471-4030. 314-471-4030.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
3:31, Captain Paul, how's traffic looking?
And now, KTRS weather from the John Beal Roofing Weather Desk.
I'm First Alert 4 Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton. The summer-like heat is returning, and there's more of it on the way. Now, the mornings are still pretty mild in the mid-60s, 65 for the low, but it warms quickly to a high of 90 degrees Thursday under mostly sunny skies. Friday, mostly sunny as well, a high of 92. The hottest days will be the weekend. Highs will be in the mid-90s. That's the latest from the First Alert 4 Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton for the Big 550 KTRS.
John Beal Roofing is the home of the lowest price roofing guarantee. Get a free estimate today at johnbealroofing.com.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pills gonna cure my ill. I got a bad case of loving you.
Kissing bug disease is on the rise. I have to say, I had never heard of it, but now it's making news. So we thought we'd get the facts from our doctor on call, Dr. Ravi Johar, Chief Medical Officer with United Healthcare. Welcome back.
He disappeared. Hang on.
The doc is gone.
He's catfishing us?
Yeah.
You guys.
Dr. Johar, is that you?
I'm back.
Oh,
okay. There we go.
Man, speaking of catfishing, I watched that Unknown Number documentary last night.
This about the mom?
Don't ruin it for people.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh,
but
boy.
since I thought Dr. Johar had catfished us, I was like, well, great time to bring it up. How are
hung
you?
up on me,
It-
you know?
Yeah, it happens, I guess.
I do that sometimes, doctor.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. This isn't new. I read since 2013, kissing bugs have been reported in 31 states.
Yeah, this Chagas disease, it's actually pretty common in other countries. I mean, we thought of it all the time. We see it, it's endemic in South America, Central America, and Mexico. But it has been transported and is coming up in more and more states in the country now. 32 of them have it. Ones that have, a lot of times it's just in animals or that you find the bugs. But about, 6 states now, 7 states have human cases this year. That's Missouri is one of them, Mississippi, Arkansas, California, Arizona, Tennessee, and Louisiana.
So you won't be shocked to know that I didn't do my research before the interview. What is a kissing bug, and what's the disease and symptoms you get from it?
Well, Chagas disease it's a parasite that it sucks up this virus from animals or other people that have this disease, and then it spreads it by excreting it out of its body and in its feces that gets through. When it bites you, you rub your face and you rub it into the skin or into a pore, or it bites near the eye or someplace where there's mucous membranes, eye, corner of the mouth, something like that.
Sorry, I asked.
And that gets into your body.
So what are the symptoms?
It's called the kissing bug because it likes to bite your face.
Oh.
That's why they call it the kissing disease. Kissing bug.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the symptoms. What does somebody look for if they think they have it?
Okay, well, the vast majority of people that have this, it's not going to be anything severe.
Okay.
A lot of times it's more GI problems with, a lot of loose stools, stomach pains, things of that sort. So that's the biggest thing that you see. But other times you can have swelling at the infection site, fever, fatigue, tiredness, rash, body aches, eyelid swelling, especially if it's near the eye somewhere. And it's like to bite the face, so eyes are popular. Headaches, loss of appetite, and swollen glands. Sometimes if it gets more severe, you'll start to see enlarged liver, spleen, enlarged lymph nodes, things of that sort. And then if it gets really severe, that can translate into problems with the heart and other inflammation and things of that sort.
So
But the vast majority of them are pretty mild and what they call acute phase, where your body gets over it and learns how to deal with it. But if it's long lasting, it becomes chronic, and that's when you start to have a lot of problems with your heart and colon and esophagus.
So who should get tested, and at what point throughout kind of some of these things happening to you?
Well, I think certainly if you find a bug that's stuck to your skin and doesn't want to come off, especially your face.
So they land and attach. It is not something that flies away.
No, they attach to you.
Oh,
and that's how it gets there. They can fly away after that, but for the most part, they pick up the spot and hang out there for a while. This is going to be more common in people that are outside a lot. If you're sleeping outside, a tent, I guess what they talk about, especially if you travel somewhere, you don't want to sleep in a adobe house or mud or thatched house or something that's not a really well-built house that keeps bugs out. You want to make sure you use insect repellent, use bug killers to remove insects from a home if you're going someplace, and wearing a net at night if you're outside in a place that's really bug infected. That's the times you really have to worry about it.
But it's like a mosquito. While I'm sitting there, it'll just come up to me and start sucking away.
Right. It's pretty big. And I think if you see something like that, don't start scratching it and rubbing on that spot right away. Maybe make sure you get it off and just wipe it off with some alcohol or something first, and you'll be all in good shape. Or just good old soap and water works really, really well for something.
So
like that.
it sounds like it's making news because in some cases it becomes a pretty big problem. Do we ever get diseases from bug bites or horsefly bites that might make us a little sick or, I've got a cold right now? But it really isn't anything to worry about?
I'd say that 95+% of those ones are like that. You get sick, you got a lot of itching or swelling or localized reactions, things of that sort. But the vast majority of the bug bites and things that we get never lead to anything major.
Yeah.
And the same thing, the majority of tick bites you get never lead to any real disease, but you can get Lyme disease from it. You can get alpha-gal. You can get things like that from ticks too, so it's best to avoid them. But the vast, vast majority of people that have a tick bite don't really have long-term sequelae or problems from it.
Well, Heidi had mentioned it, and I actually thought the same thing when it was called the kissing bug disease. I immediately thought of mono, because they say that's the kissing disease. What other diseases this time of year, back to school, Dr. Johar, should be worried about with our kids or even amongst ourselves, catching it maybe from our kids?
Well, there's about 10 of them really that are felt to be pretty common that happen when kids start going back to school. And there's a lot of reasons that this sort of things happen when kids go back to school. First, you're in a crowded indoor environment. In the summer, you're around a smaller group of people and you're outdoors a lot. And so it's not as easy to get viruses and bacteria. But when you're crowded and inside together, that happens. There's a lot of shared surfaces in school. So desks, door handles, light switches. I just read something that said that in 1 square inch of a school, there can be 2.1 million germs.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
So they become, breeding grounds for germs.
So wash your hands often.
That would be the best thing you can do. Clean off things, wash your hands a lot. I know the teachers do a great job of trying to keep things clean, but, it's tough enough for them. Josh knows that for sure, just trying to keep things clean with one child, much less with 30 of them in a room.
So true.
So is it mono, the common cold? Oh.
Yeah, common cold is probably the biggest one. Flu, because flu season tends to hit at the same time that school starts. So flu. Another one is stomach bugs, gastroenteritis. You get stomach flu, all kinds of things like that. Our old friend COVID that is still around and it's making a comeback. Strep throat or hand, foot, mouth disease. That's a real common one.
Goodness.
RSV is there. And then rotavirus and norovirus are the big ones.
Got it. And I mentioned, of course, washing your hands. What else can we do just to keep us as safe as possible?
Well, one of the things that goes on for sure is that you want to keep your immunity up. So when kids are going back to school, it's important that they're eating a healthy diet, they're getting enough sleep and rest, because lack of either of those really can influence how good your immune system is. So that's one thing you want to do. You want to start getting into the idea of wearing a mask if you're sick or something's going on. If there's a lot of people around you coughing, you want to think about a mask. And, vaccinations. You should definitely talk to your primary care physicians about whether you want to vaccinate, and if so, which ones you should get, things of that sort. So I think those are all really important things. And along with keeping your, getting enough sleep is another part that goes into keeping your immune system healthy.
Yeah. Well, all great reminders. Dr. Ravi Johar, Chief Medical Officer with United Healthcare. It's always great to have you on call for us. Thank you so much.
You guys take care. Bye.
Are you tired of looking at those old, worn-out floors? Have you been dreaming of new hardwood floors? Well, then you should start dreaming about Boardwalk Hardwood. It's their annual warehouse sale going on right now through the end of September at all 4 locations. At Boardwalk Hardwood Floors, half off new floors. You can get half off inventory and factory specials and up to 25% off special order items. Their showrooms, 4 of them at Boardwalk Hardwood Floors, are filled with beautiful styles, great budgets, from timeless classics to modern designs and everything in between. Your home will look beautiful with gorgeous hardwood floors. Rich, stunning hardwood floors, courtesy of BoardwalkHardwood.com. For 25 years, Boardwalk has been your trusted, local, family-owned, quality flooring provider. And if you need hardwood floors, it's their annual warehouse sale now through the end of September at all 4 locations. Boardwalk Hardwood or BoardwalkHardwood.com.
Hey, it's Julie Buck for our friends at Triad Bank. They are a full-service financial institution, and they've been in St. Louis for over 20 years with 2 locations, one at Clayton and Lindbergh, and the other one just west of 270 on Olive. If you've got your own business and you want to have a better banking experience, look no further than Triad Bank. Their mission is to provide a wide range of commercial and personal banking services to you and your business. For more, go to triadbanking.com.
Your biggest choice in home restoration is who do you trust with your home, your most valued asset? Few can match Banner Construction's experience and dedication to excellence. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor and Pella Windows specialist. Restoration is a one-time opportunity to have Banner's design team show you architectural options to make your home the neighborhood showcase. Call for a free consultation, 314-569-1050. And have a Banner Day.
Kick off football season like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees ever. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circa Sports, every play is yours to call. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Heidi, and you know I love my RV, and one of my favorite spots is right here in our own backyard, Beyond the Trail RV Park in Defiance. And now, not only can you stay in your camper or tent, there are 2 tiny homes and 2 houses that are fully equipped. The other thing I love is you can walk up the hill to another fave, Defiance Ridge Vineyards. DefianceRidgeVineyards.com is where you can see the entire list. And to book a room, go to BeyondTheTrailRVPark.com.
Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
Yeah, they're on the med, and these medications are used, these GLP-1s, for reducing inflammation in your body. I get so many folks that are like, wow, I don't have the knee pain. I don't have the...
Because once you start losing weight, all these other things naturally happen to you in a positive way. Not just talk about the deals for KTRS listeners at stlmedweightloss.com.
All KTRS listeners, they get $50 to $100 off their first month. And what's beautiful about it, too, hey, I get it. The economy, what we just had, guys, things are difficult right now, but we make the plan work for you. We have financing options. We make this work for you because we realize how important it is to get down in your weight, get your confidence back, and really start feeling like the old you.
Call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
Watch your favorite team, eat your favorite food. It's the Village Bar. You've heard about the world-famous cheeseburger. Stop by and check it out. Even better, bring your friends on your way to the game, after the game, or just watching the game. Food, sports, and a cold beer. We'll see you at the Village Bar.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
Getting your weekday started the St. Louis way. It's the McGraw Show.
It's Carl the Intern, Thursday on the McGraw Show. It is September 11th. We remember 2001, and there are a lot of charity things going on in town. We will talk to the Backstoppers at 8:50.
McGraw, Millhaven, Rose Dalton, and Carl the Intern. Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Right here on your hometown station, the Big 550, KTRS. You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show
With Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey.
on the Big 550, KTRS.
3:47 on this Wednesday afternoon. Captain Paul, how's traffic moving along? Wildwood is a beautiful community that residents would say, great place to live, shop, play, and work. And now you're invited to celebrate the community's 30th anniversary. Mayor Joe Gartano is here to tell us more about the celebration. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Well, thank you very much for having me here.
Let's go back in history a little bit. How did Wildwood come to be?
So it is our big 30th anniversary, and it goes back to 1995. So back then, our area was unincorporated St. Louis County, and there were some changes happening in the area at the time. There was a lot of development occurring under St. Louis County. There was talk of widening 109, kind of making it sort of like an outer belt there with additional lanes. So a lot of folks kind of banded together to figure out a way of how to have a stronger voice, versus what the county was doing. And so that's how ultimately it led to the incorporation effort 30 years ago.
What do you love most about Wildwood?
I would say it's the quality of life and also just the feeling of a strong community that we have. We're a big city. When you look at us, we are the largest city by area in all of the county.
Is that right? How many residents?
So, well, area-wise, we're large, but population, we're pretty much up there too, 35,000
Wow.
or so population.
I sometimes get confused on where Ellisville starts and where Wildwood begins. Give us the boundaries.
So when you're driving west, and one of the main roads is 100, if you're coming from Ellisville, you will enter Wildwood right about, well, there's one side actually where the Home Depot is.
Yes.
On the opposite side, you actually see in Wildwood as you're coming through. But when you really get into Wildwood is just about where West Glen Farms Road is. Right there, West Glen Farms Drive. So once you get over there, you're in Wildwood.
Got it.
And you said Route 100. Come on, that's Manchester, right?
Well, yeah.
Manchester, though, diverts off.
That's right.
And you got old Manchester, and yes.
There you go. You're like a true Wildwood native. We call it Old Manchester Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there high schools?
Yes.
In Wildwood, and you guys butt right up to, but don't incorporate Six Flags?
That is correct. Yeah, that's part of Eureka. But high school-wise, Lafayette High School is the main high school right in Wildwood. We do have students that go to some of the neighboring high schools like Eureka and Marquette, so, and of course there's also some private schools as well.
Absolutely. Saturday, September 20th, you are celebrating all day. It starts with a parade. Tell us about the festivities.
So it is a fun-filled day. We start early in the morning getting ready for it. We start off with a parade that goes from where the Schnooks is, and then we work our way into the town center. And from there, we have kind of our opening ceremony. The parade is quite a long parade. We have a lot of participants. It takes a good hour or so just for the whole parade to go through.
Well, and I know there's something planned throughout the day, all sorts of things we can find at the vendors market. Tell us about that.
Yes, we have over 100 vendors that are going to participate this year. We've had an incredible year, even our farmers market, just so many vendors and the people that are showing up for it. But back to our 30th anniversary, we have over 100 vendors. There's going to be music during the day, multiple food options, and that continues on into evening where we have our concert, and then we end off the night with a great fireworks show.
And this isn't just for residents. You want everybody to come out and experience how great Wildwood is.
Oh, absolutely. We're always known. We have our summer concerts. So folks in the area generally have always known about how welcoming we are to our neighbors and all the residents in Wildwood. We get a lot of visitors in Wildwood. We have, state parks, we have county parks. So we're used to people coming to enjoy our parks and trails.
It is a beautiful place, and as we mentioned, all are welcome September 20th at Wildwood Town Center to celebrate Wildwood. Of course, you can learn more online at cityofwildwood.com.
I'm always fascinated by which level of government do you have to be at before you can quit your job. Is being the mayor of Wildwood, is this something where you still have a day job? Or
most definitely, yes, yes. It definitely, I could not pay the bills with what we get paid for our local government.
And I think people might be surprised. You are not a St. Louis native. You came from New York and fell in love with this part of the country.
Absolutely, yes. I love it. I think it's a great life. We have so many great conveniences close to home. Wildwood, that community feeling that you get, even though we're a big city, sometimes it just feels like a small town because you'll run into people that you know.
A quick question about the development, because it's really beautiful and all the new things you've done in that city center area and all that. It's so beautiful. I know how people sometimes don't like change, over the years, has it been a struggle to get those improvements?
Well, I think what makes Wildwood unique and what's great about it is we have an incredible plan so that folks who understand their plan know where there are some changes that can happen, but also how much we protect Wildwood. So like our town center area, it's only 2% of our whole city. It's only 800 acres. Like
It's a great area.
Yeah, and that's where it was always intended to grow, to have businesses. But, the rest of Wildwood, and you look at the map, that's like 98% of our city. Remember, it's 68 square miles, massive in size. I mean, that is open areas. Those are parks. Those are the 3-acre lots. Or they were homes that were built before the incorporation.
But I just got back from a trip to Table Rock. They're building brand new neighborhoods all the way out in Pacific, all the way out even further west than that. I got to imagine people are clamoring to say, hey, Wildwood, let's build another subdivision here. Do the citizens want that, though?
Well, I think it really comes down to our land use plan. So like right now, where you're going to see any kind of activity most likely is in the heart of our town center area. And only half of the town center is developed up to this point. So that's been the intention. We want to create an environment where our businesses can thrive, where people who want to have a walkable community can have that. But if you want open spaces or you want acreage, you certainly can have that too in Wildwood.
As mayor, do you feel like you have to compete with, let's say, the new Chesterfield development that is going to happen there, that is going to take over where the mall was? Or you just focus on what you guys do well?
Well, yes, we do absolutely focus on what we do well, and we're certainly not going to trade, the quality of life that we have, but we're definitely well aware of it, that there is a lot happening around us. So we want to attract the good quality types of development, the things that our residents want to see, the local businesses that they want to see. Those are the kinds of things we hear from our residents all the time. They want to be able to shop locally, but they also want to be able to have a good quality of life.
Yeah. Well, Mayor, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Congratulations on the 30th anniversary. Again, you can celebrate Wildwood September 20th at the Wildwood Town Center. You can learn more online at cityofwildwood.com. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for having me here, and I hope you'll get to join us on the 20th.
Absolutely.
Do you know why right now is the absolute best time to book your new patio or deck with my friends at Outdoor Living? Aside from being the best in town, these guys are really smart. They pay attention to market conditions, and they've stocked up on patio and deck supplies, including steel, all before these tariffs kicked in. So while their competitors' pricing has gone through the roof, prices have never been better at Outdoor Living. Now is the best time to call and book your summer job. Not to mention, these same competitors have sold out to large conglomerates and hedge funds. Pat Leahy and his team remain locally owned and operated, providing the best pricing and the best service in town. So, looking for a new deck or a new fence or anything outdoor? Outdoor Living, 314-966-DECK. That's 314-966-DECK. Or check them out online, Outdoor Living Inc., or check out their great showroom, Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood, OutdoorLivingInc.com.
I don't know of anybody who hasn't been to Milo's. Located in the heart of the hill across from St. Ambrose Church, family-owned Milo's helps anchor the neighborhood. Here's owner Joe Valmer on what makes Milo's so iconic.
The secret to success at Milo's is that, and I'll be very honest with you, it's my wife, Susie. This is the way you do things. This is the way how you treat people. We treat them like family. That's why we've had employees for so long. And when people come in, they feel that. When you come in, we want to make it like your home. You're going to feel like there's no better place to be.
For great food, a great patio experience with the best bocce in town, visit Milo's Bocce Garden. And Milo's is available for private parties online at milosboccegarden.com.
If you're looking for your next home, think of First Community. Our Smart Choice Home Loan offers a 30-year fixed rate of just 6.781% APR to qualified borrowers. And you only need a down payment of 10%. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or even a vacation home, be smart with a Smart Choice loan from First Community for all your savings and all your loans. Must qualify for membership. For terms and conditions, call toll-free 1-888-642-7969. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
I'm Jeff Zufall, Senior Tax Strategist
strategist and wealth advisor with Capital Advisory Group. Now, more than ever, having a tax strategy to protect and grow your wealth is an absolute must. Every Saturday, Josh Gilbert and I will discuss how you can keep what's yours, because the most important part of your wealth plan is your tax plan. That's Keep What's Yours this Saturday afternoon.
Capital Advisory Group presents Keep What's Yours with Jeff Zufall and Josh Gilbert this Saturday night at 8 on the Big 550 KTRS.
This is the sound of captivity. This is the sound of rescue. And this is the sound of freedom. Give Armenia's captive bears a second chance by supporting International Animal Rescue. Call 508-826-1083 or search The Great Bear Rescue to learn more.
Galmish & Sons have been providing quality heating and cooling services since 1950. They work exclusively with Lennox, the preferred choice of St. Louis homeowners. Call Galmish & Sons for your next Lennox HVAC installation and service. 314-993-1110.
It's Julie Buck here to tell you that the patio is open at Bishop's Post right next to Chesterfield Mall. Get your reservations in now and go to Bishop's Post. You will love it. Tell them Julie Buck sent you. BishopsPost.com.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Growth by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at Progressive.com.
The Big 550.
KTRS, St. Louis.
From ABC News, I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor of Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. Conservative political activist and founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, has died. He was shot and killed today at Utah Valley University. It happened during an outdoor speaking event on campus. President Trump, in a social media post, announced his death. Kirk was considered one of the MAGA movement's most influential voices. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has more.
Killed just 5 weeks shy of his 32nd birthday, Charlie Kirk was a highly influential figure in the MAGA movement with a large and loyal following. Earlier this year, President Trump credited Kirk with turning him onto TikTok. Years before the president's first run for office, Kirk founded Turning Point USA, a group focused on conservative activism on college campuses. The shooting took place before a crowd of hundreds, just as Kirk was engaging in a public dialogue on recent mass shootings. That's when the crack of gunfire was heard.
Utah police tell ABC News the suspect is not in custody. The shooting marks the latest in violence involving political figures. ABC's Pierre Thomas says it's a major concern for law enforcement nationwide.
This moment where neither the left nor the right is being spared in terms of being the targets of this politically motivated violence is one that has the complete attention of law enforcement officials and state and local law enforcement officials, federal as well. And the question is what to do about it. We are now hearing from people saying that we're going to have to reassess outdoor events involving controversial figures, political figures.
Poland is blasting Russia for violating Polish airspace, with Russian drones targeting Ukraine crossing into Polish territory last night. It led to NATO sending jets to shoot down the drones. Prices at the wholesale level dipped last month by 0.1% from the previous month. It's one gauge the Federal Reserve Board is watching ahead of its meeting next week. The Consumer Price Index will be released tomorrow. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866.
This is KTRS News. I'm Sobe Bay.
The union representing Boeing workers and negotiating to end the month-old strike reports they have reached a tentative labor agreement. The deal still needs the approval of union members. A spokesman says the 5-year tentative agreement includes improvements to general wage increases and restores a signing bonus. Union members will vote this Saturday. Police have made a positive identification of a man found dead over 5 years ago in South St. Louis using DNA technology. The victim has been identified as 42-year-old Jeremy Blair Clemens. He was found dead in the river at River des Peres and Chippewa on July 17th of 2020. The death of Clemens has not officially been ruled a homicide, but detectives are investigating it as a suspicious death. Anyone with any information is urged to call the Homicide Division directly at 314-444-5371 or Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Prosecutors have dropped charges against a North St. Louis man accused of animal abuse. KTRS's Jill Enders has the story.
David Sanders was set to face trial this week on allegations that he used blunt objects to hit nearly 24 dogs he kept at his home along the 8700 block of Riverview in the Baden neighborhood. A spokesperson for the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office didn't release details on why the charges were dropped, but did say dismissal decisions are made after reviews of senior staff based on factors including witness availability or the unique personal circumstances of a defendant. Now, the city animal control had received numerous complaints about Sanders over the years. Last year, police and animal control officers showed up at Sanders' home, where they seized 22 dogs and found one dog dead on the property. Sanders was then charged with animal abuse and unlawful use of a weapon. Jill Enders, KTRS News.
The St. Louis County Council is considering a bill to prohibit the sale of intoxicating cannabinoid products, such as Delta-8 gummies and hemp-infused beverages, outside licensed dispensaries. That was the focus of a council meeting last night. The bill, spearheaded by Councilwoman Lisa Clancy, seeks to regulate these products due to their intoxicating effects and accessibility to children at convenience stores. U.S. Senator from Missouri Josh Hawley is calling for the national United States motto to be displayed on all federal buildings. Hawley says the In God We Trust Act will ensure the federal government will never forget the ultimate source of the liberty and prosperity this country enjoys. If the legislation is approved, the General Services Administration would be required to inscribe or display the national motto of the United States on all federal buildings within 1 year. Clayton will host its annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb tomorrow. The event pays tribute to the firefighters, law enforcement officers, and civilians who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. The Missouri State Board of Education met yesterday in Jefferson City. The story from KTRS's Steve Potter.
Tuesday's public meeting was held at the Missouri Special Olympics building, and topics included not only budget issues, but a new report from the National Association of State Boards of Education. Board member Carrie Casey of Chesterfield addressed that report, which explores how schools can improve and expand the teaching of civics, which she says is important in order to prepare the next generation of citizens.
There are various articles and perspectives that are presented in these articles. I've read a few of them, and it's just very important that we all look at it because it does focus on how we can improve and have high-quality civics education for all students, and in today's environment, that's just an important priority.
The State Board has also released a new guide for Missouri schools addressing suicide prevention. It's designed to support schools with techniques for prevention, intervention, and crisis response. Steve Potter, KTRS News.
AI jobs in Illinois is in this KTRS Business Minute, brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. Illinois is among the top 10 states for AI employment. That's according to a new study by AI invoice software Lido.app, which ranked Illinois in 8th place. The study analyzed Glassdoor job listings for jobs related to AI to reveal the leading states in AI employment. The total number of jobs was then compared to the population to calculate the number of listings per 100,000 residents. And now let's take a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement, Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 a.m. Wall Street at the close today, Dow Jones down 220 points to 45,490. S&P 500 up 19 points to 6,532. The Nasdaq is up 6 points to 21,886. Now let's check sports and traffic with Captain Paul Kopsky.
Meep, meep.
Thank you, Captain Paul. KTRS weather. Tonight, cloudy, overnight low of 65. Tomorrow, sunny and a high of 90. Currently, we have 88 degrees at 4:09. I'm Sobe Bay, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Our headlines for this Wednesday afternoon, September 10th, Missouri's peak fall foliage will likely be brown for the 6th year in a row. The future, unfortunately, isn't more colorful. Leaves are already falling to the ground throughout the state, but the early fall signals Missouri's trees are stressed as yet another drought hits the state, which means the state's peak fall foliage will be full of brown and dead leaves rather than the state's usual autumn colors, which is kind of sad because we can have some beautiful areas with those reds and yellows and oranges. Now, preliminary data for August 2025 indicated that this was Missouri's second driest August on record. This is the 6th year in a row that most of the state has been in some sort of drought during fall foliage. That's according to Laura Shafes, the Missouri Botanical Gardens Horticulture Answer Service Coordinator. She said the repeated droughts that the state has seen through the fall months will have compounding negative effects on the state's trees. Just like what happens with us when we're stressed, repeated droughts will definitely increase trees' susceptibility to other stressors like air pollution, insect pests, and diseases while shortening their lifespan. You can sometimes see thinning canopies and loss of branches with these repeated stressors. Now, there's no end in sight for Missouri's repeated tree stress during the fall. The Environmental Protection Agency's forecast of more droughts in Missouri nearly 10 years ago has basically held up, and experts said the trend is expected to continue and maybe even worsen. Residents with stressed trees can reach out to the Missouri Botanical Garden to see how to best care for them. You can actually walk into the Kemper Center for Home Gardening with the garden right there in Botanical Gardens at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day to speak with a plant doctor. You can also call the garden with questions from 9 to noon on weekdays. That's 314-577-5143. You can also email your question to plantinformation@mobot.org. I hate that because I love going for a drive and seeing all the beautiful fall colors.
And it is dry out there.
Very dry. Very dry.
I wonder, should I keep watering?
Yeah.
Or should I just say, look,
Give up? Don't give up.
September 10th. Let's call it a day.
Fight the battle. Don't give up.
I
Fight
was
the
going to
battle.
say, yeah.
Never give
Don't
up.
be
Never
a quitter.
surrender.
Go downstairs, get my Halloween decorations out.
We can do both.
Yeah. I was going to say, aren't the Halloween decorations prettier if there's some fall colors behind it?
Well, I mean, all my, hot pinks and, reds
Hot
and
pinks?
blues. That's my summer flowers. Should I just let them go? And then go buy the mums?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. See, it's an internal struggle I'm having.
It is.
Mhm.
Well,
I
now
get
it's external.
Right,
We're
correct.
all a
That's
part of
true.
it.
You sucked us all in
It's true.
to your world. Speaking of going into a strange world, a man has been arrested for allegedly living in a crawl space in Oregon. Deputies found a bed, lights, chargers, TVs, and other electronic equipment plugged into the home's power supply, and the man was obviously living inside.
So this is not his home.
Oh, no.
A complete stranger's home.
Now, they call it a crawl space, but it looks more kind of between...
Are there pictures?
Kind of, but that's more like an attic, but it's at the basement, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, that is spacious.
It's bigger than my first apartment by a lot.
Josh wants to move in.
Take
his pink flowers with him.
What's the rent?
Why isn't the homeowner utilizing this space?
Well, he's been living there without the owner's permission. The owner didn't know about it. He was found in an apartment complex in Clackamas, south of Portland, Oregon. That was Wednesday night. They investigated after a witness reported seeing a man who was not known to live there parking his car and walking to the back of one of the buildings. So I guess it's the bottom of an apartment complex.
Yeah.
The door to the crawl space had been jimmied and was held shut with an extension cord. And they saw light coming from inside. They found the owner's keys to the building, and the crawl space didn't work. And they went in and they found the guy who had taken, quote, significant steps to improve the conditions of the crawl space.
Yeah,
and was
bet.
obviously living inside.
He had lights on and everything.
Deputies believe he'd been living there for an extended period of time. This is the only the main unfunny part. And they found a pipe with white residue they thought was meth. And he's been charged with burglary, possession of meth, and he's in jail. Bail, $75,000.
I'm fascinated by these stories.
Yeah.
There's one of a guy that lived in an old Toys R Us, I believe.
Do you remember the story I did? I think it was last summer before this past, about the guy that was living in a train station. Do you remember that?
Yes, in the train station.
But that one was by plan. He built like a hidden room.
Yes.
Crazy.
They used city materials to build a room, and there was a door, and I guess nobody...
hidden door.
Hey, what's behind this door?
Oh,
I don't
nothing.
know.
Don't worry about it.
I thought you knew. The kids that lived in the mall, there's a whole documentary about that.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating.
When I was a kid going to Disney World, sorry, Heidi.
It's okay.
I thought, wouldn't it be cool to live here?
To live here.
Like in Pirates of the Caribbean, you could have a bedroom up there. And now remember, I was a kid, 40. And like, it's Florida. I could live in the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse.
Yeah. Bob?
It's never too late.
Not the only 40-year-old to have thought about that. Once the park closes, the whole place is mine.
It's my kingdom.
Union leaders said today that negotiators had reached a tentative agreement with Boeing to
that's
end
good news.
a 6-week strike. We just talked to Eric Seamers from the St. Louis Business Journal about this yesterday. The IAMAW, the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, District 837, said the 5-year deal includes improved general wage increases and a signing bonus. Union members will be able to vote starting on Friday. And let's see here. Wednesday, Boeing said wages would grow 45% on average over 5 years.
Pretty good.
How about that?
That's 8%. Is that 8% a year? Is that right? A little more?
Math.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not my
I'm not good at math either.
Between 8 and 9.
Here's the quote. It remains the best deal we've ever offered, the IAM 837, and we encourage our team to vote yes so we can get back to work. This comes from Dan Gillian. How about this for a title? Boeing's Vice President of Air Dominance.
Air dominance.
I'm going to need to get a billion cards printed off with that.
So interesting. Fingers crossed that will hold. That's fantastic. I'll tell you, you might have your fingers crossed if you go to Union Station and get on one of the new rides. They are going to be fun. They're going to be electrifying, and they're going to have your head spinning. St. Louis Union Station has added now to the family fun. Of course, you've got the aquarium. You've got the wheel. You've got all kinds of fun mazes and other things to do. Not to mention there's a miniature golf. But now there's the flying Louis, which is a pirate-themed ride that swings 42.5 feet into the air. Then you got the Locomotion, which is a train-themed roller coaster, and the Wave Swinger, which is a classic swing ride modeled after the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. So now there is even more to do at St. Louis Union Station, and really it is targeted at families, for families. Mom and dad can get on the rides with the kids, or they can just stand there and hold their cotton candy if they want, because of course there's all of the good food. There's the midway games, so much to do. You might even have to get a room at Union Station and make a weekend of it. You can of course plan out your trip, learn more, get your tickets at stlouisunionstation.com.
Diana from Newstetter's Fine Jewelers here to remind you, we don't just offer the best pieces, we offer one of the last master hand engravers in our country. My father can create timeless, personal, and unforgettable pieces. Come by our showroom at the corner of Big Ben and Doherty Ferry, or learn more online at wowdiamonds.com.
Some of my fondest memories as a kid is heading down to the hardware store. You had to pick up a couple of nails, a couple of screws, maybe a gallon of paint, whatever it may be, right? It was your friendly neighborhood hardware store. Well, those don't exist anymore in St. Louis, except for Schnarr's Hardware. They have two locations in Webster Groves and in Clayton Road in Ladue. Schnarr's Hardware is that place where you go in and you can get that bucket of paint, you can get a couple screws. The advice is always free. And the one thing about Schnarr's Hardware that every single family hardware store used to have, and that is the smell. It smells like a hardware store. It's got the selection. I don't know how they do it. It's a small store, but they got everything you ever need. They got the paint. They got paint matching. They've got big green eggs. They've got screws and nails and everything a hardware store should have. Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations, 1 great hardware store. Schnarr's Hardware, we'll see you there.
Truck drivers and owner-operators, there's never been a better time to team up at Schneider. We have more team-friendly loads than ever, including express delivery parcel freight that offers great miles with no delays to keep the wheels turning. Plus, for a limited time, company team drivers may be eligible for a sign-on bonus of up to $16,000. Owner-operator teams may qualify for a $10,000 incentive. Explore team driver positions at SchneiderJobs.com and search team contracting jobs at SchneiderOwneroperators.com.
The big beautiful tax bill just passed. Do you know how these changes will affect your financial plan? What changes has your financial advisor made to take advantage of these opportunities before they expire? Join me, Kevin Lloyd, for my next tax workshop, 314-641-1010. Learn how these changes can benefit you and your family. 314-641-1010.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPLA, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Do you know why right now is the absolute best time to book your new patio or deck with my friends at Outdoor Living? Aside from being the best in town, these guys are really smart. They pay attention to market conditions, and they've stocked up on patio and deck supplies, including steel, all before these tariffs kicked in. So while their competitors' pricing has gone through the roof, prices have never been better at Outdoor Living. Now is the best time to call and book your summer job. Not to mention, these same competitors have sold out to large conglomerates and hedge funds. Pat Leahy and his team remain locally owned and operated, providing the best pricing and the best service in town. So, looking for a new deck or a new fence or anything outdoor? Outdoor Living, 314-966-DECK. That's 314-966-DECK. Or check them out online, Outdoor Living Inc., or check out their great showroom, Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood, OutdoorLivingInc.com.
This is Mariah, 3rd generation at Newstetter's Fine Jewelry. Buying an engagement ring can be intimidating. At Newstetter's, we ensure complete understanding of your purchase. We offer a choice in both lab and mine-grown diamonds and are able to work with any budget. Let our family help educate you on your choice at Big Ben and Doherty Ferry or at wowdiamonds.com.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Our house in the middle of our streets.
CNN is reporting staggering gains in the housing market. Lauren Risley from Lauren Risley Realty is back to weigh in on what she sees here in St. Louis. But before we get to that, I had to leave our golf tournament yesterday a little early. How did we end up?
6 under, baby.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't win. We didn't
No,
seed enough to win.
But we
You
finally dropped a couple putts.
Oh, we dropped a couple putts. And
Okay.
if, the listeners out there are curious, Heidi is one heck of a golfer.
Oh, I would say the same thing about you. Your swing is absolutely gorgeous. So
What I'm getting from this as a sports journalist, you guys put a ringer team together.
we were trying. Adam was the one that carried us.
Adam is incredible, and he's such a good coach.
I
he
said
gives,
that.
the most perfect feedback where it's like not too much that you're overwhelmed. I don't know. It was just, and it was such a beautiful day. It was
gorgeous.
an awesome event. So
Yeah,
I'm
we
glad
had-
we got to steal you for the morning.
So much fun. Of course, Jamie rounded out our force, and we can't leave her out. So happy
and
that
she got heavy into golf. Like she started taking lessons about 6 months ago, and now every day in the office when I see her, I'm like, new golf shirt for fun, or are you golfing today?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, if you wear a golf shirt every day, then you have the chance to play every day.
Oh, well, that's one way to, it can be addicting. So, Lauren, let's talk about this report about the staggering gains, because I know you often say, look, the national headlines don't always apply to us here in St. Louis. What are you seeing?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have the CNN article in front of you by chance?
Yes.
Let's just read the headline for me.
America's housing market gained 20 trillion in 5 years. I've never seen that many zeros.
That's why I said trillion, because I Googled it, because I wanted to make sure we said the right number,
Yeah. So that is
the headline,
more of a
right?
clickbait headline.
Nailed it. Yep, that's a clickbait headline. I mean, so let's break it down. Over 5 years, right?
Mhm.
That's every home that has sold nationally in the last 5 years. So, yeah, 20 trillion sounds like a huge number, but again, you're talking about every single home, and not that's sold in 1 year, right? So
Right.
most headlines that we see will give you a 1 year growth. So now they're just stacking it together to make a better headline, right?
I got it. Yeah. And when you combine probably California and then New York City, Manhattan, all of those prices then go up quite a bit.
Well, and it's funny you say that, because New York, New Jersey, I think Pennsylvania, Illinois, they all saw growth last year, but Texas, California, and Florida actually had a loss in value overall as a state. So again, we see these big headlines and you just think, oh, that's what's going on in my backyard, right?
Yeah.
And that's really not the case. Of that 20 trillion, about 3 million of that, 3 trillion of that was brand new construction.
Oh, okay.
So, now we're throwing in not just conventional home sales, but now brand new builds, right? So whatever we can do to make that number bigger, because, if it said 20 million, less people would click than 20 trillion, right?
Yeah.
So I saw a headline, and I'm like most of us, I don't read the stories. Oh, headline. Oh, that's frightening. Oh, I'm scared. About maybe, because you mentioned California and Texas and a couple other places, do you think the home values will go down? So that's going to happen, or is that kind of a scare tactic, and you think things are going about as they should?
Yeah, so I personally think it's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
For anyone that, doesn't believe that or enjoys being scared, I would just go back to the basic supply and demand.
Right.
I mean, we have a supply issue. It's very obvious. It's very obvious across most states. In 2007, 2008, we had an oversupply issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there were too many houses. And so, a lot of people have asked, with home prices, going up so high, like, do you think the market's going to crash? And, it's like that headline leads you to believe that the numbers are just out of this world. In reality, homes have appreciated, honestly, almost every year. There's been like 2 significant times in history that home values haven't increased at all. And so for the most part, people's home values across the nation typically do increase by at least a small amount each year. So if we look at 5% is the average each year, 8% has been the last 5 years.
Got it.
So, I mean, is 8 more than 5? Not great at math, but I think the answer is yes, right?
Well,
but is it 25? You know, has it been 5 and it's 20? No, 5 to 8. You know, and you had post-pandemic, you know, people busting out of the seams of their house where they have to now have homeschool and a home office and all these other things. And we had a huge spike in the real estate market during that. So, of course, that's going to be a significant, you know, amount of the numbers that went into the last 5 years.
But anecdotally, my neighbors, and I know that anecdotes aren't good for anything, but it just my personal house has increased in value over the last 5 years by, an eye-watering amount. I love it, but if I sold it...
Like, are you upset about that?
No.
I was going to say that's a good thing.
But if I sold it, I have to buy another house, and that value also skyrocketed. I'm worried that first-time home buyers are going to try to get into the market and find out that something that was in their price range 5 years ago is now $100,000 more.
Well, I mean, that's a fact, right? I mean, for sure, a house 5 years ago is $100,000 more. Well, maybe not that much, but it is going to be significantly more.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the whole point of real estate being an investment, whether it's your personal property or it's a investment. The point is that it is an asset that appreciates every single year. So, we actually had a post on our social media page, and it was me and Jamie, and it, just so everyone knows, this isn't true. Jamie also bought a house a long time ago, but it said, I buy a house, at a certain price, certain rate. Jamie waits 5 years. And just the cost of waiting is so significant, right?
Because you're paying money on rent or paying on something else?
You're paying 100% interest on rent, but also, like, if the goal is to have your mortgage paid off in 30 years, or if you do a 20-year, if you're waiting 5 years, that's 5 more years at the end of that, right? You're tacking on another 5 years in retirement or whenever that might be. Now, Josh, to your point, because home prices have gone up, there are, I think we're talking about it this week, Adam and I on the Sunday show.
Oh, okay.
But there's 80% of first-time home buyers have access to free money. 13% of home buyers use it.
Oh, wow. Now there's a number. That's staggering.
Purely education. See, exactly. That's staggering, right? 80%, 13%. That's a huge difference. So, they didn't offer programs like that. Like, we have a bank that we use or that we recommend. They have 0% down, no PMI. Are you kidding me?
What?
Wow.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Right. So if you don't put 20% down, typically on a loan, if you don't put 20% down, you pay mortgage insurance or private mortgage insurance, MI or PMI, across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because houses are harder to get into and because home prices have gone up, you do have private banks that are offering these programs, 0% down, no PMI. PMI on an FHA house 5 years ago, if you bought a $250,000 house, now don't fact check me, but I'm going to give a guess. A $250,000 house, if you only put that 3% down on an FHA loan, FHA PMI is much, much higher. Your monthly payment, probably $300 of that is PMI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's insane. So, yes, home prices have gone up, but then you have banks out there that are offering, there's another one, it's a community contributor. If you are a first responder, if you work in a school, work in a hospital, you can be an admin, you can be custodial. If you work for the government, and the banker that we use, we can almost, if the word medical is anywhere in your description, like we can get you into the medical field, right? And so, and this is a private bank, so they're servicing that loan. So we're not being, we're not fabricating anything. It's going straight to them, and they're keeping that loan. And so they have a community contributor that's 3% down with no PMI.
Yeah. Lauren, the numbers you talk about of people not taking advantage, not doing a little bit of work. And I am not trying to pick on first-time home buyers. I remember when I was a first-time home buyer, it is difficult, and you're trying to figure out the finances.
But you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So that's why you need someone like Lauren.
And sometimes I'm concerned that some of these first-time home buyers want the McMansions they grew up in instead of saying, I need a starter home. Give me 1,000 square foot, 2-bedroom house, little brick house in an older subdivision, and that's how I can get started. Am I way off?
Apparently.
Well,
She hung
I'm
up
here.
on
I'm
me.
back. I lost it. No. I was like, Bob, I don't like what you're saying. Goodbye.
You wouldn't be the first.
Yeah.
It cut out. But no, I heard you. So the other thing with first-time homebuyers, though, you're right. Like they overspend, right? Everybody, you know, we're consumers, right? You watch TV and you watch, you know, YouTube and all this stuff on Instagram. Like no one's just average, right? Like the people that, you know, younger people are following. No one's following average people, right? They're following these
extravagant
people, right? And so that's what they want. And it's like, but why, right? And that's why our team does such a good job about finding out what's your why, you know, and then bringing you back to reality. Because here's the deal, like we look at your first home as an investment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like we look at that way. If you don't want to be there for 5 years, great. Before you even buy your first house, we're telling you what you could rent that for.
Mm-hmm.
We're telling you what your property management fee would be. We're telling you, hey, yes, this is your mortgage. You'd make $600 a month if you kept this. So, you know, we have a game plan for each step of the way. But the sad part is a lot of younger buyers, they don't want to do the things they need to do for these programs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, for example, there's one program, they'll give you $8,000. Boom, $8,000. It goes towards your down payment or closing
What do you
costs.
got to do to get that?
You have to do a 4-week class online.
That's it?
Twice a week for 2 hours at night.
Whoa.
And it's like, guys, come on. You know, it's like, well, I can't do that.
What are
you
they,
can't
what
or
are,
you don't want to.
What are they making you learn? I don't get
Budget.
Budget.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's
To
like
be
almost
smart
like a
about
finance
it.
plan.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't want people getting into a home and then losing it. And to be honest, our foreclosure rate has been the lowest that it's been in a very, very long time. And a lot of these programs came up after, you know, the crash in 2008 because, you know, we joked about this before, and we're past the statute of limitations for me to go to jail. But I got a loan and absolutely should not have. I was 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very lucky to have kept that house. But probably the majority of people in my situation where a lender just wanted another deal and said, oh, sure, yeah, no, not a problem. Oh, you don't have credit? Not a problem. Can your mom write a note that says that you pay your cell phone bill to her? I'm like, well, I don't. She pays it. Great. Can she just say that you pay it? You know, like,
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just so many looser things.
Yeah, and so now, you know, lenders are so highly regulated, but also those courses come into play and they really teach people about money. They teach them, hey, your taxes are going to go up every year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if there's a storm or something like that, your homeowner's insurance is going to go up. Hey, if you don't have X amount of money in savings, you should probably wait to buy because if your HVAC goes out or this happens, you're going to need that money, you know, to fix things. And so it's the class is not hard. I've actually gone through it just to see what it entails.
I feel like we all need to take it.
I know. Is it boring? Yes. Does it feel like a waste of time? For sure. Like, would I do that just because I feel like it? No way. Would I do that for $8,000?
Yes.
Absolutely.
At
Yeah.
25 years old as a first-time homebuyer, but it's just that I want it, but I don't want to work to get it. You know,
Yeah.
it's that I want all these things, but what's the cost to get it, you know?
Yeah, well, as you said, you're going to talk more about that this weekend on Call the Closer with Lauren Risley Realty. Airs right here on the Big 550 KTRS Sundays at 1. And if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, or if you just have a question, as we've just discussed, knowledge is power. Call Lauren Risley Realty, 314-775-0684. You can also email her, hello@laurenrisleyrealty.com. Thank you, Lauren.
I'll see you guys next week.
Meep, meep.
437, Captain Paul, how's traffic?
Well, like we just said with Lauren, if you don't know the ins and outs of the real estate business or what's available to first-time home buyers or what's available to, maybe if you served in the military, there's a home loan out there that's beneficial to you. You need someone to help you. And the same goes for taxes, right? You thought I was going to talk about pizza, didn't you?
No, we didn't.
I can help you out with pizza, but for the taxes, you got to see Jeff Zufall. He is with Capital Advisory Group, capitaladvisorygrp.com. Give him a call, 636-394-5524. The big, beautiful bill is a tax bill. So even if you figured out the tax code and you're like, I'm a pro, I could do this myself, well, they just changed everything. And things are taking place this year. Things are starting next year, the year after that, and then they sunset again. It's a whole new ball game, and you can't do it alone. Give Jeff Zufall a call. Otherwise, you're paying more taxes than you legally have to. And frankly, I don't like doing that. I don't mind paying taxes, just not 1 red cent more. Capital Advisory Group can help you out. Jeff Zufall, 636-394-5524 and capitaladvisorygrp.com.
And now, KTRS weather from the John Beal Roofing Weather Desk.
I'm First Alert 4 Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton. The summer-like heat is returning, and there's more of it on the way. Now, the mornings are still pretty mild in the mid-60s, 65 for the low, but it warms quickly to a high of 90 degrees Thursday under mostly sunny skies. Friday, mostly sunny as well, a high of 92. The hottest days will be the weekend. Highs will be in the mid-90s. That's the latest in the First Alert 4 Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton for the Big 550 KTRS.
John Beal Roofing is the home of the lowest price roofing guarantee. Get a free estimate today at johnbealroofing.com.
Inland Marine Boats in Barnhart has been serving your boating needs for 38 years. Hi, I'm Jim, and this is my son, Ryan.
Remember, you only get 18 summers with your kids.
Make the most of them with a boat from Inland Marine Boats, your Mercury Marine dealer.
Kids don't always like to get school report cards, but they are important and helpful. They document subjects where they're strong and others where they need to show some improvement. Ever wonder why you don't get a report on how your child's school compares to others? At the Show Me Institute, we think you should, and that's why we've started the Missouri School Rankings Project. Click on the website moschoolrankings.org, and it's all there. Rankings and letter grades for all the schools in Missouri. The rankings are based on several categories, such as student performance in English, language arts, and math, ACT scores, and graduation rates. Then we take the rankings and come up with a grade point average, just like your child has. Each school and district will have a grade, and the website is easy to use. Don't you want to know how your child's school stacks up? Now you can. Learn more at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
You don't need to wait until it's cold outside to check your furnace. Beat the rush and save with Aldon's $79 Furnace Safety Check Special for new customers. And Aldon will make replacing your aging system a breeze. Get a $300 Aldon rebate off a new Daikin Fit furnace and pay as little as $273 per month, plus receive additional utility rebates if eligible. Aldon has been a leader in whole house indoor air quality since 1959. For details on these specials and to learn more about Daikin Fit systems, visit al-don.com.
The City of Wildwood invites you to join the celebration as it celebrates its 30th anniversary. Celebrate Wildwood will be Saturday, September 20th, kicking off with its parade at 10 a.m. and then followed by all-day activities with fun for the whole family. A large assortment of kids' activities for all ages, and for adults, a vendor market, food vendors, music and dancing, and the night wraps up with a spectacular fireworks show. For more information, go to cityofwildwood.com/celebrate Wildwood. Consider yourself invited. When you want to send flowers to a loved one for a birthday, anniversary, or that special occasion, call your friends at Walter Knoll Florist. Walter Knoll is family-owned and operated and offers custom designs by expert designers. A huge inventory and selection that only the largest florist can offer, with quality and care that no grocery store florist can meet. They have several locations in the St. Louis metro area to serve you. Order online today at WKF.com. That's WKF.com. Walter Knoll Florist, your personal florist since 1883.
Repairing chimneys, walkways, porches, foundations, entire homes, anything to do with brick or stone, you need a tuck pointer you can trust, and that, of course, is Morelli. Morelli is a family-run business started in 1991, and they're only as good as their last customer. That's why when you check out the reviews online at MorelliTuckPointing.com, you'll notice that they're actual customers who are singing the praises of Morelli. So if you need a tuck pointer, you need Morelli. 314-645-1387 or MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Jewels on Hampton pay some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, gemstones, coins, collectibles, and sports memorabilia. JewelsOnHampton.com.
Join the Big 550 as the KTRS family remembers 9/11 and those who lost their lives and the first responders who gave everything to help those in distress. Throughout the day, we'll share our thoughts, memories, and more, remembering 9/11. Tomorrow on the Big 550 KTRS. We will never forget.
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 You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, you guys know me pretty well. I'm pretty neat. My desk is fairly clean. I don't
Very
want
neat.
Junk on it.
I walked through your house for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Gorgeous and immaculate.
Thank you very much.
Immaculate.
But there is one thing that I tend to hold on to, and I'm wondering if you guys do the same. I cannot get rid of any of my old devices. Now, if I've traded in a phone, okay. But the old flip phones that are no good, they're in a box.
Yeah.
With a bunch of cords that I don't even know what they go to, but for some reason, that is the one thing that I cannot get rid of. What do you guys do the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to, and then we had the moment where we all looked, hey, all right, it's time. Everybody go into your various closets and desks.
Yeah.
When all five of us were at home, this is a couple years ago. Let's move them out of here.
We're collecting them all and getting rid of all of them.
It took that kind of a, pound the desk moment to get it done.
Yeah. And I know one of them has a picture of me when I was in the hospital after I had that awful fall, but I can't even charge the phone to get to the picture. Oh. So what is the point of keeping the phone?
Like you can't find the charger, or the phone is just so old and the battery's so dead.
Well, it could be either of those things.
Yeah, I've got an old iPod that won't even turn on, won't take a charge.
Yeah.
But I won't throw it away because there's 16 gigabytes of music on there. Oh,
Did I see an iPod on your desk the other day?
I have an iPod Nano.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it still works.
It still works, and I have to dig through the drawers to find the old charger for it.
But
it's
you have.
It's that 30-pin charger that Apple used. Yes, I took a picture of it the other day to show someone what I was listening to. And they said, oh, I love that song. Is that an iPod Nano?
Exactly.
Those things worked really well.
Yeah, and it's already fully loaded with a bunch of songs. Why would I just not use it anymore? Come on, guys.
Okay, that's true. Speaking of songs, a new study found that music can help with car sickness, particularly gentle, joyful, cheerful music. Now, I will
not
say,
Metallica.
No, not Metallica. I'm very grateful that I've never gotten any kind of motion sickness, because I think that would just be awful. My uncle, who actually played basketball in college, it was so bad he had to sit up on the steps of the bus the whole time, just getting to games, because it was so bad.
What?
The only motion sickness I've ever had is spinning. Remember at Six Flags, was it Tom's Twister?
Tom's Twister.
And then there was I don't know if it's still there at Disney, Mission to Mars. It's really a centrifugal force thing, a centrifuge. It's basically a centrifuge. And I was with the kids one time, and we're in the little capsule.
Oh.
I don't know how I didn't throw up. It took every fiber of my being
To
not
hang
to throw
on.
up. Oh, it was awful. So anyway, I interrupted.
No, I love a good
Oh,
story where
boy.
you're battling it out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who have tried to go deep sea fishing. Like they might not have ever gotten sick, but that's the one thing
I've heard the same
that
thing.
is tough. But if you do get car sick, you could try a couple of little things. So, joyful pop music, Happy by Pharrell. Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. Shake It Off, Taylor Swift. Even Hakuna Matata. Those are the kind of songs that they say will help ease it. The idea is that motion sickness often causes negative emotions and tension, which then triggers symptoms like dizziness and nausea. Music can calm those negative triggers, which can then relieve the effects of car sickness for some people.
Just listening to this music, or do they want you to sing along?
No, they just want you to kind of listen.
Absorb it and calming effect.
Yeah,
perhaps.
now they do add that sad, agitated music could actually exasperate the discomfort and motion sickness. So that is definitely not what you want to do, is flip on that kind of hard rock, maybe metal music. So just a thing to try.
Or
Can't
stick
hurt.
your head out the window like a retriever.
Like a dog,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Heidi mentioned how clean her house is. I saw this story. I have to share it right before traffic. What is the messiest room in your house? 22% of respondents say it's this room. What do you guys think it is?
And we're talking rooms we use, not like basement.
Yep, rooms we use every single day.
Ooh.
Mine's going to be the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll
Not
say-
on the list.
I'll say bedroom, master bedroom.
Master bedroom was third. The living room tops the list. The kitchen is next, and the bedroom. What is the most clutter that you have to pick up? And I'll tell you, children's toys were number 2.
Well,
number 2.
Similarly, I've got dog toys.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, dog
Same
toys.
thing.
What comes ahead?
It's not dog toys. It's not kids' toys.
Dirty clothes.
Laundry.
Wow.
Not in
Number
our
one
house.
thing.
You mean people just throw it on the floor? There's not a laundry basket?
Oh, it ends up on the chair.
Yeah, you lay it
or
over
on-
the chair, yeah.
What is it? The exercise bike is just
that's a great
just a
closet.
giant hanger.
Captain Paul, do you lay dirty laundry just around the house? Are you throwing it anywhere, or do you have a designated spot for it? Okay, yeah, same. Okay, I like that.
I don't allow it. I'm the laundry dictator.
Uh-huh. Nothing wrong with that. How's traffic?
When you pay for tree work, you want to be sure you're getting the most for your hard-earned money. That's why you should always use the ISA certified arborist at River City Tree Service in Baldwin, Missouri. Hi, I'm Steve with River City Tree Service, and we've been the go-to tree service since 2008. Tree removal, tree trimming, storm damage, deadwood removal, stump grinding, and more. Give River City Tree Service a call for all your tree service needs at 314-270-8071. That's 314-270-8071. River City Tree Service.
When it comes to mortgage lenders, I know you have no shortage of options. But are you working with someone local who can truly simplify the process? I'm David Goldberg with the Goldberg Group, and as a St. Louis home purchase expert, I know this market inside and out. I specialize in tough-to-complete situations for borrowers who are self-employed, looking to buy and sell at the same time, and may have been turned down somewhere else. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or seasoned homeowner, you can trust me with all of your home financing needs. Call or text me at 314-471-4030. 314-471-4030.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Scott, remember when the Queen of Carpet and the Princess of Pile were flying around the arch selling flooring?
Andrea, that was the Queen of Carpet and the Princess of Tile.
Oh, that's right. But we don't need shtick here at Best Buy Flooring.
That's right, because our in-stock selection of carpet, carpet tile, sheet vinyl, laminate, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, and luxury vinyl tile are already at low, low prices.
Come see us at our 3 area locations, North County, South County, and Metro East. Open 7 days a week.
Plus, free financing on approved credit. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy. Best Buy Flooring.
Charlie Kirk, the CEO, co-founder of the conservative youth organization Turning Point USA, was shot and killed this afternoon at an event at a Utah college. This is just an awful situation. Josh Margolin, chief investigative reporter with ABC News, joins us with the latest. What do we know now about the suspect? Because at one point I saw a suspect in custody, then I looked up and I saw manhunt ongoing. So where does that stand?
Well, law enforcement put out the wrong information that the suspect was not in custody. They might have had somebody else that they had detained, but the suspected gunman was not in custody and is not in custody right now. There is a hunt going on. We know that there's no shelter in place in the surrounding community, which suggests that law enforcement knows who they're looking for or has some information, maybe has the person cornered, because typically when they have a manhunt going on, they will tell people to stay at home and lock their doors so they can do their work out there. We know that this is a terrible situation that occurred this afternoon. It appears, according to preliminary law enforcement information, that a gunman from an elevated position fired one shot, ended up being a fatal shot to the neck of Charlie Kirk as he was answering questions and speaking, delivering his political points of view during a highly publicized event right out in the open, beautiful, sunny day in Utah, just outside of Salt Lake.
You mentioned elevated position. I think a lot of people, and if you haven't, it was in an outdoor amphitheater, but buildings all around. Do they think they have located the spot where the shooter perpetrated this event?
They are looking right now.
Okay.
I think it's too early to say that they think they've actually pinned down the actual spot. It's really they're scrubbing through security camera, surveillance camera. They're listening to the audio. They may have an idea of what their best bet is, but I think it's too early for them to say this is the spot. They'll have that in fairly short order, but I think it's too early at this point.
Yep.
And I know you said the community is not on lockdown. Is the college?
College is not officially on lockdown. They've told everybody to leave.
So,
and typically if you believe that somebody has sort of folded themselves into a crowd, you want the crowd to stay so they can see everybody, right? So, and again, we do know there are a lot of buildings around, but they've told everybody to leave the campus, that the classes are closed, the campus is closed. Obviously, this investigation is going to take precedence right now.
When you say from an elevated position, are we thinking sniper?
To the extent that it's somebody that a sniper is somebody who finds a perch and fires, like with last year with the Trump assassination attempt in Pennsylvania, sure. I don't know that we're thinking that it's a professional sniper, somebody who has law enforcement or military experience, but that's what it would be. Law enforcement has been concerned about elevated positions for decades, longer than any of us have any recollection. There was the Texas Tower shooting in Austin, the Kennedy assassination. In our recent memory, the massacre on the Las Vegas Strip, the massacre at the Highland Park Independence Day parade outside of Chicago a couple of years ago. We had the Butler assassination attempt on Trump. Elevated positions are what keeps law enforcement awake at night.
Do we know if there were any protests or outcries leading up to this event?
The event was highly controversial, and Kirk was somebody who liked to engage with controversy and with people who disagreed with him. We know that not everybody was happy that he was coming. We also know that people in the crowd, we've talked to eyewitnesses, people in the crowd were not all in love with his views. Not to say that any of them was going to do something violent, certainly not, but it wasn't like it was 100% fawning. There was a mix in the crowd. There were people who disagreed with him. And he to his credit, and he received a lot of credit from people in public life, to his credit, he liked to go out and to publicly debate and to test his views in back and forth with crowds that might not have been adoring. Nobody ever could have thought that this type of thing would happen. But we're also living in a time of heightened anger and hostility in the population, and we are living in a time of political violence.
And Josh, to be clear, it was one shot and there were no other injuries?
Again, it appears there's no other injuries. We're not hearing any reports of other injuries. You know, the event was being taped in real time. So we can see the shot, we can hear the shot. We don't hear other shots. So at this point, law enforcement's assessment is that it's one shot. The public statement that was issued by Kirk's organization talked about him being murdered by a gunshot, singular.
Okay.
But again, we expect a lot of information. Actually, in the next few minutes, we expect the first briefing with law enforcement to occur any moment, shortly after 6. Those things tend to be delayed, but we will start getting real information that they have confirmed.
Okay. Well, Josh Margolin, thank you so much for joining us, unfortunately, with another deadly shooting on American soil.
Have a great evening.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
Mizzou Football on the Big 550 KTRS is powered by Royal Banks of Missouri. This Saturday afternoon, Mizzou welcomes the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns to Furrow Field.
Pregame at 1, kickoff at 3.
Catch all the action right here on the Big 550 KTRS.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. President Trump ordering all U.S. flags at buildings and military posts be lowered to half-staff through Sunday following the shooting death of Charlie Kirk. The conservative political activist was killed during an outdoor speaking event at Utah Valley University. Turning Point USA, in a statement, says their founder was murdered by a gunshot. Police tell ABC News the suspect remains at large. Kirk was a staunch supporter of gun rights, and ABC's Jonathan Karl says part of the Trump inner circle.
Charlie Kirk was truly a personal confidant of the president, incredibly close to the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., and really, in many ways, the beating heart of the MAGA movement. His Turning Point USA organization, not just a campus organization. This was an organization that put on some of the largest and most ambitious conventions, rallies, events for Donald Trump around the country.
In D.C., the House held a moment of silence to honor Kirk, and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle condemned the latest violence targeting political and controversial leaders. In Colorado, a separate shooting today at a high school campus in Jefferson County. It's the same county where the 1999 Columbine High School shooting occurred.
It was just after noontime when 911 in Jefferson County became flooded with calls of an active shooter at Evergreen High School west of Denver. Jackie Kelly with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says 3 children were found shot, critically injured on campus. They believe one of the 3 was a shooter. Another student was transported with an unknown injury.
This is the scariest thing you could ever think that could happen. And these parents were really frightened, and so were the kids.
Investigators say they'll be carrying out search warrants of the student's home and locker. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Next week, the federal board meets for its policy meeting and could move to lower interest rates for the first time this year. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866. 800-549-8866.
This is KTRS News. I'm Sobe Bay. The union representing Boeing workers and negotiating to end the month-old strike reports they have reached a tentative labor agreement. The deal still needs the approval of union members. A spokesman says the 5-year tentative agreement includes improvements to general wage increases and restores a signing bonus. Union members will vote this Saturday. 2 men are in custody after allegedly abducting a 1-year-old Tuesday afternoon. The St. Francis County Sheriff's Department was notified of a child taken from his mother by the mother's ex-boyfriend, who shares no biological relation to the child and the child's uncle. The license plate was spotted just before 1:45 in the afternoon in Farmington, but police had lost the car. Over an hour later at 3, a Missouri State Highway Patrol trooper noticed the vehicle on Highway B outside of Doe Run. The suspects tried to outrun the police by speeding and turning into a private driveway, but they were arrested. The 2 men are identified as Derek Horn and Daniel Clover of Bonne Terre. The child was found safe inside the vehicle and was reunited with his mother. The Jefferson County Medical Examiner's Office has identified 50-year-old Benjamin Bourbon of DeSoto as the man who died after being struck by a pickup. He was walking in the road on Highway 21 at Amvets Drive near DeSoto High School Tuesday morning. At 5:25, Bourbon was fatally struck by a 2009 Dodge Ram. The 25-year-old Hillsborough man called police saying he hit something, but he didn't know what it was. Bourbon's body was later found in a ditch by someone walking by. Police are working to identify human remains found at the Columbia Bottoms Conservation Area in North County. Police say the discovery was made on Monday along the 800 block of Stratman Road. Anyone with information is asked to call St. Louis County Police. Missouri's Republican-led House turned aside Democratic objections Tuesday and passed a plan backed by President Donald Trump to redraw the state's congressional districts so that Republicans could win almost all of them. More from KTRS's Steve Potter.
The rare mid-decade redistricting plan, which now heads to the state Senate, is aimed at bolstering Republicans' national prospects in next year's U.S. House elections. It comes after similar moves in Texas and California. House districts were redrawn across the country after the 2020 census to account for population changes, but the current plan is being done for partisan advantage, a process known as gerrymandering. The Missouri NAACP has sued, seeking to invalidate the special session. The state lawsuit asserts there is no extraordinary circumstance to justify the session and that the state constitution prohibits redistricting without new census data or a ruling invalidating the current districts. But Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway, who took office on Monday, said she doesn't think there is any constitutional prohibition on mid-decade redistricting. Steve Potter, KTRS News.
Darren Bailey is seeking a rematch with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. The former Republican state senator is reportedly planning to run for governor of Illinois again next year. Cook County Republican Party Chairman Aaron Del Mar said that he has agreed to be his running mate. A formal campaign announcement is expected later this month. Bailey lost to Pritzker in the governor's race in 2022. How St. Louis City residents can help decide how money will be spent in their neighborhoods is in this KTRS Business Minute, brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. The City of St. Louis is inviting residents to help shape the future of their neighborhoods with a focus on tornado-impacted neighborhoods. KTRS's Jill Enders has the story.
The city is launching neighborhood planning efforts that will guide how development, investment, and growth take shape for the next decade. City leaders say this will heavily focus on neighborhoods impacted by the May 16th tornado. The city is now accepting applications for neighborhood planning committees. Those applications are available online at planstl.com. Now, the deadline to apply is October 13th. Jill Enders, KTRS News.
And now let's take a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 a.m. Wall Street at the close today, Dow Jones dropped 220 points to 45,490. S&P 500 up 19 points to 6,532. The NASDAQ up 6 points to 21,886. Now let's check sports and traffic with Captain Paul Kopsky.
Meep, meep.
Thank you, Captain Paul. KTRS weather tonight, cloudy, overnight low of 65. Tomorrow, sunny and a high of 90. Currently, we have 87 degrees at 5:09. I'm Sobe Bay, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
At Midland, we know sometimes all it takes is a moment for an idea to spark, or to make it happen, a moment to find your dream, or build one, a moment to start your forever, or at least start planning for it. Whatever moments you have, Midland is here for them and can help you make them. Midland, brighter together. Visit us at midlandsb.com. Midland States Bank is member FDIC.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The LX series is part of the #1 selling compact tractor lineup in the U.S., built with premium features and the comfort and versatility to make your land your own. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $5,000. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Oakville Equipment for a test drive to see their full line of Kubota tractors. You can also visit them at oakvilleequipment.com.
Don't look now, but the Stages season is just about over. But before they close up shop for the season, beautiful, the Carole King musical. Now at Stages, it starts September 19th through October 19th. For tickets, stages, stlewis.org.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
We've all seen the images from the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, but our guest actually lived through it and has now written a book about it. Kazuko Blake and her daughter, Sandra Vega, are with us to tell that story. Thank you both for coming in. This is such an honor. So, Miss Blake, you were in 6th grade when the bomb dropped.
Yeah.
Where were you at that moment?
In the school.
You were. And tell me about that moment. What did you think was happening?
I just don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Because everything just happened for so short time.
Sure.
Was there any warning? Were there sirens? I don't know what kind of early warning systems they would have had back then.
They had a warning, but 45 minutes ago. But they were canceled. That's why I went to the school. And that year, I had a appendix operation. And that time, appendix operation was
a little more serious.
And 3 months bed rest.
Oh.
Almost.
Whoa.
Yes. And so, but that was April. Then that's in 3 months to finish. But still, I could not do the exercise. Every morning in a Japanese school that time, and radio exercise.
Wow.
And before class started.
That's amazing.
And my parents told me not to do the exercise. And but I didn't want to just don't do anything. So, move around, hand moving. And
then all of a sudden you find yourself having to, I'm sure, run or hide, and you're moving when you weren't supposed to.
No. That day, my parents find out I was doing some little exercise.
Oh.
So he told principal, please make her excuse from exercise. So I went straight to the classroom by myself.
Huh.
So I was at the second building. I went to the classroom and I was by myself.
That's even scarier. Oh my goodness. Now, Sandra, you guys wrote this book together. Obviously, you've heard these stories for years, or did you? Was it something that she didn't talk about?
Well, yes, that is true. She didn't really talk about it. When I was in elementary school, my father thought that my siblings and I should know the story. So he sat us down in the family room and asked her to tell us a story because he knew we would encounter it eventually in school, and we should know that she was there for that. So she did tell us a story, but she didn't really talk about it while we were growing up. It was like after my brother and I graduated from the Air Force Academy, we were thinking, that's really kind of a historical moment, and she has a personal connection to it. We should probably document it. We both thought that we should document it, and we were like back and forth. One of us should do it, and she was just not interested. She said, nobody wants to read about that. That's in the past. We don't want to do that. And she was very busy for many years. She worked until she was 80.
A seamstress, correct? I might have a button or two to try on to sew on. Definitely. So tell me more about the book, because it is a memoir, and obviously you're going to kind of take us back in time for those days, but you also tell the story of moving here to the country that was once your enemy.
Yes. It is her memories. It's the memories that she had before the war, during the war, and afterwards. And it really shows the kind of changes that she went through personally, and also her family and the whole country.
I read that you guys went back to Japan for the first time since coming. You came here in 1957. You went back to Japan for, just of all things, a marathon. Someone was running a marathon and you wanted to cheer them on. But when you visited the site, there's a beautiful memorial there right now. That's what prompted the stories to come back, and that's what prompted you guys to write the book.
So I wasn't on that trip, unfortunately, but she did go with my sister to watch her run. And while she was there, she saw that there's really an effort to remember the history. She thought that it was old history, and nobody was wanting to think about it really. But she saw that they were trying to keep it alive, and also she talked to people in the area that didn't know a lot of the details that she considered important from her past, and she was surprised that some of those things were not remembered anymore. And so she was thinking, well, maybe there is something to remember. And she told her doctor about it, and her doctor said, write it down. And that really, he was the one.
So all of a sudden her daughter and son were a little bit smarter, wanting her to write the book?
It seemed like it needed to come from outside the family.
Of course, as it often does.
So Sandra, what part of her story or particular moment in the story maybe you didn't know about or moved you the most as you put this book together?
Yeah, that's a good question. I knew the story, most of it, but when we started talking about it and trying to get all the little details down, and I started saying, wait, I need to know more about this event, how it actually played out in order to write it down so it would sound like a story.
Right.
When she would talk about it with matter-of-factly, but it was like she remembered what her parents did for her and what it was like and the things she saw, and I felt emotional about it, and that was something that I didn't expect. I didn't carry that with me because she's been such an active, positive, forward-thinking person that I didn't. She's my mom, you know.
Yes.
She's been the strong one, and I thought, wow, that she carried all of that inside all these years, decades.
Even more respect for her, probably.
I just adore her. Respect is yes, and you know I owe her everything. Her and my dad. Yeah.
So she was in the school by herself, and her classmates were outside doing their calisthenics. What happened to them? What happened to family members? What happened to the town that she had grown up in?
Town is just broke down everything, and actually fire self come to so close to my house, and but the house was burning, but roof is gone, wall is gone, so I was so surprised when my mother come get me in school to take me home, and I said, no, I can't go home because local teacher have to local first.
So all the students were outside exercising still because it was right before classes started, and then when the building, the walls fell out and the ceiling came down, then the children that were on the far side of the playground were okay, but the ones that were right next to the wall, they got trapped underneath the wall, and some of them didn't survive. But she was inside in the building. She was on the second floor, so the stairs were gone, and she had to find her way down. Part of the ceiling hit her on the back, and she ended up with a burn from that.
I was inside of the building. Still, I got to the burn.
Yeah.
And also, where afterwards, my father took me to the classroom, and that's where I was sit, and all the room roof was come down, and but where I was sit there, and they have
The ceiling tiles.
ceiling tile, a couple of them. And then later, I was thinking, I would took my breath off.
Oh.
You know, like that way. And but that's, and I didn't, child, I didn't think anything of it. And then I go outside. Finally, I get to the outside, and my classmate said, "Are you breathing?" That's what to say. So I touch myself. Well, look, feel like that my breath is all tail, and then my mother showed up. She said, "Local or not local, you just come home."
Yeah, just come home. Well, we are so happy that you did come home and that you have written this book, Kazuko, 6th Grade in World War II, Hiroshima. It is a memoir. It can be found at Belleville Books at 20 East Main or online, bellevillebooks.com. You'll also be signing books this Saturday in Lebanon, Illinois, Ty Dotton House on Main Street there. What time is that?
Their party goes from 10 to 5, but we will be there from 12 to 2.
All right. You guys, thank you so much for sharing your story and coming in and sharing it once again with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us here. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Missouri Laborers Union and their contractors invest in people, making them extraordinary. How? Through training, creating careers, providing good wages, having superior health insurance, and a strong retirement. These are just a few of the many ways they invest in their members. The Missouri Laborers Union and their contractors understand the importance of having a strong workforce, and it starts with investing in people. Go to buildunion.com for more information.
Congratulations to John Beal Roofing. Want to give them a shout out. They've been a sponsor of the show through thick and through thin for coming up on 20 years. And their message has remained the same all these 20 years. Make sure you call someone local. With all the storms that have been in the area over the last couple of months, it's been busy, and a lot of out-of-towners are coming in. They sure are nice, but you know what? They'll take half your money, and you never see them again. Somebody from the insurance industry told me, make sure you call local. I told them I was well-schooled. John Beal Roofing will guarantee you the best price. They'll work with your insurance company and make sure you get the claim you deserve to fix it and fix it right. Roofing, siding, gutters, all storm damage, John Beal Roofing will take care of it. Keep it local and keep it John Beal. Keep it in the family for 20-plus years. John Beal Roofing, 1-800-NEW-ROOF or johnbealroofing.com.
Hi, it's Jill Farmer for Premier Heating and Cooling. Summer temps sure put our air conditioners to the test. A few years ago, before I knew about Premier Heating and Cooling, our air conditioner was on its last legs. We decided to push the envelope and try to limp through another St. Louis summer before replacing it. We went away on vacation and came back to discover our air conditioning unit had gone on the fritz while we were gone, and we ended up with all kinds of trouble, including warped wood floors. That delay in replacing our worn-out unit was an expensive mistake. If you're limping through and you know it's time for a replacement unit, our friends at Premier Heating and Cooling can take care of you and even work with you on financing. Or if you haven't taken the time to really get your air conditioner checked out and make sure it's operating at peak efficiency, which will really help on your bills and help with the life of your air conditioning unit, Premier Heating and Cooling is the place to go. Excellent rating with the Better Business Bureau. So many of their new customers are referred by happy customers like me. PremierHeatingCooling.net 636-916-1122.
It's Julie Buck inviting you to join my friends at AAA Travel for a special travel event on September 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the St. Peter's Cultural Arts Center to learn more about river cruising with Viking, the world's leading river cruise line. Viking offers destinations on the great rivers of Europe, Asia, and Egypt. Space is limited. RSVP today and learn more about river cruising with Viking on September 17th. For more information, go to AAA.com/travel show.
Kick off football season like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and no bet fees ever. Other books may charge you just to get on the field, but with Circa Sports, every play is yours to call. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Evolution Festival, Forest Park, September 27th and 28th with Lenny Kravitz and Sublime, plus Sam Fender, Public Enemy, The Hives, TLC, Marcus King Band, and more. Benefiting United Way of Greater St. Louis Storm Relief Fund. Tickets at evolutionfestival.com.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
It is 5:29. More people getting off work usually means the roads are a little more crowded. What are you seeing, Captain Paul?
And now, KTRS weather from the John Beal Roofing Weather Desk.
I'm First Alert 4 Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton. The summer-like heat is returning, and there's more of it on the way. Now, the mornings are still pretty mild in the mid-60s, 65 for the low, but it warms quickly to a high of 90 degrees Thursday under mostly sunny skies. Friday, mostly sunny as well, a high of 92. The hottest days will be the weekend. Highs will be in the mid-90s. That's the latest from the First Alert 4 Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton for the Big 550 KTRS.
John Beal Roofing is the home of the lowest price roofing guarantee. Get a free estimate today at johnbealroofing.com.
The Girl Scouts just revealed a new cookie for next year, Explore More's. And they're kind of playing with the flavors of an ice cream favorite. It is Rocky Road inspired. So they're chocolate cookies that will have a creamy filling with notes of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond flavored cream. You in? You out?
When I was
I would try one.
Okay.
When I was a kid, there was a Rocky Road cereal.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma would always have it, and I stayed at her house a lot while my parents were at work. I could still taste it to this day.
It doesn't seem like you like it with that look on your face.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it.
They don't make it anymore? Or you just haven't
I don't
tried to
think
find it?
so. And, but you find things like Cookie Crisp, which used to taste different in the 80s than it does now. They changed up the recipe. But if anybody remembers that Rocky Road cereal, it was so good. And what is Rocky Road? It's nuts, marshmallow, and chocolate.
And chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other food news, Crackle Barrel, of course, they've already shut down plans for the design of their signs and their logo and images. Well, now they are saying, forget it, we're not even doing the remodel of the dining rooms. They're pulling it all back. You've shared your voices, not just on our logo, but also on our restaurants. If your restaurant hasn't been remodeled, no need to worry, it will not be. The vintage Americana will always be here. The rocking chairs on the porch, our fireplaces, peg games, unique treasures in our gift shop and antiques pulled straight from our warehouse in Tennessee. I guess they only really had redone about 4. So, and it doesn't really say if they'll keep those that way or, turn them back to the way that they used to be. And then I didn't know this, and I don't do a lot of shopping at Trader Joe's, but I know a lot of people do. And when I have stopped in for a quick, grab and go something, I've always enjoyed the experience. I think the people that work there are super friendly. I did not know that Trader Joe's donates all unsold products at every location every single day. The 579 stores open in 2024 donated 98 million pounds.
This is unused food?
Yes. So 2,000 organizations, City Harvest, Table to Table, Spoonfuls, all involved in last year's initiative. I just thought that was kind of a fantastic thing, that you're not wasting anything and that people that need food are getting it, and nothing is going into those landfills.
I'm surprised that more don't do it. Sometimes it's the process.
Yeah.
Like, remember, how long ago was it we were talking about buying groceries on vacation?
Yes.
And what do you do at the end? And
the extra condiments or whatever.
And I've even asked a couple times at the desk at our resort, where can I take this? Is there a pantry? I don't know.
Yeah.
And so for those to go the extra mile to make the connection and to come up with a process, something you don't have to do, but to do something for other people, even though you're not making any money off of it, I think that's important.
I do too.
This is where I get frustrated, is if you have 3/4 bottle or half a bottle of ketchup and you want to donate it, they can't take it.
No, they can't.
No.
They say, well, that's been open. We don't know what you've done
That's
to
exactly
it.
right.
Well, and
It's like, well, I haven't done anything to it.
Well, you
but we
haven't.
can't.
But
Right.
You've looked at yourself in the mirror. Would you trust you?
Of course.
Come on. We know
but
better than that.
Yeah.
We did that. Remember that interview that we did with that husband and wife?
Yes, that ate out of trash cans.
Bob, they dumpster dove for like a year and ate
Oh,
all their
bear
food.
claw.
But a lot of the stuff was just stuff that was thrown away.
Still in the package.
Still in the
Not
package.
even expired.
Still good.
Yeah.
But for one reason or
throw 'em
another,
out.
they couldn't put it on the shelves in the stores and they couldn't donate it to food pantries. So it just got thrown away.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where I think something's got to be done, where people are hungry. Let's get this food to them.
Yeah, but I'm glad that there are the rules and things in place. I don't want to have something on that shelf that shouldn't be on the shelf. I kind of like knowing that it's been there for 3 months and you probably shouldn't have it. So I'm okay with that at certain points.
You think the homeless don't want muffin tops?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of this muffin?
Sorry. My brain just that's the way it goes.
Immediately
Heidi,
goes there.
Seinfeld reference.
I
got it.
anytime you guys are making the
We're
jokes,
giggling over here like we're in
I
the fourth
know.
grade.
Yes. Speaking of muffin tops, I'm trying to get rid of mine.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah.
I've got one too.
It's a tough one, but I will say progress is being made, and that's because of Premier U. I tried over and over. And you guys, when I say I tried, I was measuring out my food, even on a scale, I'm going to have 4 ounces of chicken. I'm going to, a cup of X, Y, and Z. My weight was not going anywhere. My jeans were still as tight as they were. But then I was introduced to Premier U, and of course I'd heard of the weight loss medications, but I thought those aren't made for me, and I didn't want to take insulin from somebody that needed it. And then I found out Premier U has the generic forms, so they're not taking anything away from anybody else, and they are at a fraction of the price. And what Premier U does is they coach you through this whole thing. It's not just, oh, take this shot and, we'll check back in a year. No, I check in once a month. I check in with the same person. She's looking, saying, hey, I think this is working, or maybe we need to up this or lower this, because it's measuring all the good stuff, not just the weight. It's more about the fat around your organs, your visceral fat. It's more about maintaining muscle, because I don't care who you are. As you get older, your muscle mass tends to decrease, but we want that to stay where it is. Well, not only have I lost weight, but I have gained muscle thanks to Premier U. They can help you get back on track as well. Premier U has 2 locations, Swansea, South County. You can also go online, set up that first consultation, and see if it's a good fit for you. It has been for me. It's worked wonders for Marsha. Premier, the letter U, med.com, or give them a call, 618-750-LIFE.
Some of my fondest memories as a kid is heading down to the hardware store. You had to pick up a couple of nails, a couple of screws, maybe a gallon of paint, whatever it may be, right? It was your friendly neighborhood hardware store. Well, those don't exist anymore in St. Louis, except for Schnarr's Hardware. They have 2 locations in Webster Groves and in Clayton Road in Ladue. Schnarr's Hardware is that place where you go in and you can get that bucket of paint, you can get a couple of screws. The advice is always free. And the one thing about Schnarr's Hardware that every single family hardware store used to have, and that is the smell. It smells like a hardware store. It's got the selection. I don't know how they do it. It's a small store, but they got everything you ever need. They got the paint. They got paint matching. They've got big green eggs. They've got screws and nails and everything a hardware store should have. Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations, 1 great hardware store. Schnarr's Hardware, we'll see you there.
The big, beautiful tax bill just passed. Do you know how these changes will affect your financial plan? What changes has your financial advisor made to take advantage of these opportunities before they expire? Join me, Kevin Lloyd, for my next tax workshop, 314-641-1010. Learn how these changes can benefit you and your family. 314-641-1010.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPLA, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
I'm Mark Cantor. Here's why you can count on Cantor Injury Law.
My name is Michelle. I'm a litigation paralegal at Cantor Injury Law, and you can count on Cantor because we are smart, honest, and hardworking.
I'm Kevin Glenn, and a partner here at Cantor Injury Law. You can count on Cantor because we make your cause our cause.
No fee if no recovery. Please visit CantorInjuryLaw.com or call us at 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Appliance Discounters has another showroom, this time on Gravois Road, right next to the little Dairy Queen that's been there for ages. This showroom is different. It's packed with name brands, GE, LG, Bosch, that are slightly dinged, one-of-a-kind, or closeout items direct from the manufacturer. They all come with the factory warranties and all the factory rebates. You want huge savings at big discounts, theappliancediscounters.com. To find the one nearest you, including the one on Gravois Road in Afton, theappliancediscounters.com.
Hey Illinois, this is Ben Barnett, board certified master arborist and owner at Timberline Professional Tree Care. Sorry St. Louis, this message is for our friends in the Metro East. Did you know that most Missouri-based tree contractors can't legally travel into Illinois? This is due to federal motor carrier regulations that require large trucks and their drivers to be registered with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration in order to travel across state lines. Almost all other tree services in Missouri fail to meet the requirements for safety, drug and alcohol testing, and equipment maintenance that are required for interstate travel. Here at Timberline, we meet and exceed all of these requirements and will be glad to travel across the river to meet all of your tree care needs. Call us today at 636-479-7475 for tree fertilization, pruning, insect and disease treatment, or complete removal. Or visit our website at stltreecare.com. That's stltreecare.com for service in the Metro East area.
Hey, it's Heidi, and you know I love my RV. And one of my favorite spots is right here in our own backyard, Beyond the Trail RV Park in Defiance. And now, not only can you stay in your camper or tent, there are 2 tiny homes and 2 houses that are fully equipped. The other thing I love is you can walk up the hill to another fave, Defiance Ridge Vineyards. DefianceRidgeVineyards.com is where you can see the entire list. And to book a room, go to BeyondTheTrailRVPark.com.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Let's lighten things up with a little entertainment news. Anna Wintour says The Devil Wears Prada and Meryl Streep's iconic portrayal of the editor-in-chief was a fair shot. She said she went into the premiere wearing Prada, completely having no idea what the movie was about, adding, I find it highly enjoyable, very funny. She
Very
just
good.
knew that Meryl Streep was in it. And so I kind of like that take.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long into the movie until she realized it was about her?
I'm going to say
That's
probably the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a great question, though.
Yeah.
And did she gasp or laugh?
Yeah. And when she says fair shot, she's leaning in.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Matt Damon was inspired to keep making movies with Ben Affleck after tearing up at the Beatles' breakup at the end of Peter Jackson's Get Back docuseries. He says, who cares if we oversaturate the market with movies we're both in? We're crazy if we don't take advantage of the fact that we are both still here and able to do this.
I love that, and they've got a movie coming out.
They do, and they've made 3 movies together in 4 years. The Last Duel, Air, which I really liked.
It's excellent.
And their upcoming action thriller, The Rip, which hits Netflix in January.
I saw previews of that.
It looks good?
It looks intense and really good.
I saw The Last Duel last summer.
I was not interested, I didn't think.
I wasn't either.
It was really good.
Oh, was it?
It was really good.
Okay, I will check it out
And it's
then.
based on a true story as well.
Didn't one of them have a really bad haircut?
Oh my gosh, Matt Damon has a terrible haircut. It's like that,
Prince Valiant?
Green Leaves Prince Valiant kind of thing, and it's this weird bowl cut. It's terrible.
But you say it's a good film.
It's a good movie.
I'm going to check it out.
Okay.
Okay.
The documentary John Candy, I Like Me, premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival over the weekend. And in it, Macaulay Culkin remembers John's kindness on the set of Uncle Buck. He also remembers that John was one of the first people to realize that his dad wasn't exactly an angel. Macaulay says, quote, I think he always had that really great instinct, adding, even before the wave crested and the Home Alone stuff was happening, it was not hard to see how difficult my father was. It was no secret. He was already a monster, and I think John was looking a little side-eyed like, is everything all right over there? You doing okay? Good day? Everything all right? I mean, really continue to check on Macaulay throughout. He said, I remember John caring when not a lot of people did. So
he sure seems like, by all accounts, a beautiful man.
Yeah. John Candy, I Like Me hits Prime on October 10th.
I'll watch it.
You know, Charlie Sheen is all over the media these days because he has that memoir that is out today. The documentary is on Netflix now. But here's a story that might not appear in either one. Charlie once went to Scotland to hunt for the Loch Ness Monster. That was in 2013. He and 2 friends went out on the lake in an old-style wooden rowboat, took along a traditional kerosene lamp, a large hook, a thick chain, and a leg of lamb. Yes, he was inspired by that scene from Jaws.
Oh, my.
Anyway, they also had a bottle of whiskey. They went out twice. While they never spotted Nessie, Charlie later said that the second time, quote, something happened. There was an event at the top of the water that was crazy. I don't know.
Not winning.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice to float out there, though.
You do?
I would do it.
With an old lantern.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
A bottle of whiskey.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
No telling what you see with that bottle of whiskey.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Rock is apparently slimming down to play a character called the Chicken Man in a movie called Lizard Music. The Chicken Man is a very whimsical, eccentric 70-something-year-old man whose best friend is a 70-something-year-old chicken. That's why he's lost all this weight.
Yeah, it's interesting. and I don't mean this in a bad way, but when you've worked so hard to sculpt your body, to say, this is a role that I'm willing to change who I am for, I think that's pretty interesting.
I do too.
I'd like to ask Max tomorrow if there was ever a role where somebody did a huge transformation for, and the movie was just terrible.
I'm sure there have been.
Because the one I think of that was great was Raging Bull.
Yeah.
When De Niro put on all that weight.
Right.
After
what if you put on all that weight
and then it's just a mess?
And then it's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I got real fat for that.
I'm going to say it's going to be worse if you lose all that weight and you've worked and haven't had a cheeseburger or your pizza, and then it's a disaster.
That is the worst.
Yeah. St. Elmo's Fire is returning to theaters for 1 week starting October 17th. To celebrate its 40th anniversary.
Such a bad movie.
Okay. Tom Holland says when he's making a Spider-Man movie, he gets a new suit every few weeks because they get musty.
Ew.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and you probably have to
right.
dry clean those, right? You can't.
I don't know if that works.
Well,
if it's like
he says
plastic.
a new suit. He doesn't say it goes to the dry cleaner.
Yeah.
Ella Langley, Megan Maroney, Lainey Wilson are the most nominated artists heading into the 59th CMA Awards, 6 nominations each. But some fans are upset that Kelsey Ballerini wasn't nominated for Entertainer of the Year. Everyone's wondering why Jelly Roll got shut out of the major categories. Guess we'll see what happens.
Do we know the process? The
of
voting
how,
process?
You know what? I do
like
not.
Like with the Academy Awards, actors
There's a
do
process,
the actors.
and it's only people can. I don't know who votes on them. I'll do some digging. The CMA Awards will air live on ABC November 19th. John Bon Jovi has a new album coming out, Forever Legendary Edition. He's adding some country star power to it. Lainey Wilson and Jelly Roll have featured songs.
Nice.
And then how about this? It was 70 years ago, 1955, Gunsmoke hit the TV screens. Isn't that crazy? As for TV tonight, 1 hour special, Downtown Abbey celebrates the grand finale on NBC. The series premiere of Girlfriend on Amazon. Robin Wright plays a mom who suspects his son's new girlfriend is manipulating him. And then that documentary, a.k.a. Charlie Sheen, is on Netflix. By the way, we're going to talk to a person who wrote a profile on Charlie. Sat down with him for a couple of hours for New York Times, right, Josh? We'll talk to her tomorrow. Couple birthdays. Anything worth mentioning?
I think so. Do you know Ashley Monroe?
Yes.
Do you know Ashley Monroe, Josh?
Nope.
Right, well, just take a guess. It won't count.
I'm going to say she's 38.
39. You would have gotten that one.
I sure
but
would've.
Josh begged off. No offense. Colin Firth. We know him from The King's Speech
Yes.
and many other things.
So
He's a
good.
great actor. Great movie. How old's Colin Firth?
64.
I think Colin Firth spent time in St. Louis as an exchange student at Parkway.
He was here for a minute.
Central
Somewhere.
for like a semester. Colin Firth is 61.
You got 65. 2 more musicians. Real quick. Joe Perry.
Oh, Joe
Aerosmith guitarist.
71.
74.
75. Jose Feliciano.
Ooh,
Last one.
82.
84.
80. Those are the birthdays.
And that is your evening entertainment report here on the Big 550 KTRS.
Are you tired of looking at those old, worn-out floors? Have you been dreaming of new hardwood floors? Well, then you should start dreaming about Boardwalk Hardwood. It's their annual warehouse sale going on right now through the end of September at all 4 locations. At Boardwalk Hardwood Floors, half off new floors. You can get half off inventory and factory specials and up to 25% off special order items. Their showrooms, 4 of them at Boardwalk Hardwood Floors, are filled with beautiful styles, great budgets, from timeless classics to modern designs and everything in between. Your home will look beautiful with gorgeous hardwood floors. Rich, stunning hardwood floors, courtesy of BoardwalkHardwood.com. For 25 years, Boardwalk has been your trusted, local, family-owned, quality flooring provider. And if you need hardwood floors, it's their annual warehouse sale now through the end of September at all 4 locations. Boardwalk Hardwood or BoardwalkHardwood.com.
Suit up like a pro, on the field or on the ice. Join us at Busch Stadium on Friday, September 19th when the Cardinals host the Brewers. 20,000 fans 21 and older will score a sleek Cardinals rink jacket presented by Budweiser. It's got ice in its veins and baseball in its blood. It's the perfect fit for fans who come one night, one jacket. Don't miss it. Tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
The Cardinals jersey hoodie is here, presented by Bear. On Saturday, September 20th, when the Birds take on the Brewers, the first 20,000 fans 16 and older get this one-of-a-kind hoodie. It's perfect for game day, chill nights, or just showing your Cardinals pride anywhere you go. Don't miss out. It's a hoodie you have to have. That's Saturday, September 20th. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals, for the Lou.
Your biggest choice in home restoration is who do you trust with your home, your most valued asset? Few can match Banner Construction's experience and dedication to excellence. Banner is an elite preferred James Hardy contractor and Pella window specialist. Restoration is a one-time opportunity to have Banner's design team show you architectural options to make your home the neighborhood showcase. Call for a free consultation, 314-569-1050. And have a Banner Day.
Stay connected with the Big 550 KTRS, streaming 24/7 online at KTRS.com or on the KTRS app. Powered by JBL Financial. Stream Straight Talk on Retirement every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
It's Julie Buck here to tell you that the patio is open at Bishop's Post right next to Chesterfield Mall. Get your reservations in now and go to Bishop's Post. You will love it. Tell them Julie Buck sent you, bishopspost.com.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
7 minutes before 6, let's get one final check of traffic with Captain Paul. Look, it's not always fun being an adult. I don't really want to have to fix my roof or redo the siding. That's not what I want to do. But unfortunately, as we grow up, we have to do some of those things if we want to keep that roof over our head. When it is time to do that, turn to Dalco Home Remodeling, because they're going to get the job done right. And they're going to do it the first time right. So it's not like they have to keep coming back and fixing things. Once it's done, it is done. Dalco's been around for more than 50 years. So they know what they're doing when it comes to the project at hand, and they know what they're doing when they are handling a customer. Customer service is key, and I think that's one of the reasons that they've been around for all these years. You can check them out online, DalcoHomeRemodeling.com, or schedule an appointment, get a free estimate on whatever that project is. Doors, siding, roofs, windows, or even a full remodel of a bathroom. You can call Dalco Home Remodeling at 314-648-8113.
Let's talk about high school for just a moment, because that young man you brought home from the hospital yesterday, you're going to blink your eyes, and all of a sudden now you start talking about high schools. Well, that's where St. Mary's Southside Catholic High School comes in, because it's an all-boys, independent Catholic high school. And what St. Mary's will do is they will prepare your son to be the future. Whether it's college, trade work, or a career of their choice, St. Mary's, over the years, has produced a whole lot of millionaires and a couple of billionaires along the way. And when you graduate from St. Mary's, you have that alumni as a resource. Schedule your visit today and find out more about St. Mary's. stmaryshs.com. That's stmaryshs.com. They will teach the skills that are needed to thrive and survive in the 21st century, as well as teaching old school values. To find out more, stmaryshs.com. That's stmaryshs.com.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Let's wrap this show up with a random.
All right, a full-size NBA basketball court can easily fit inside of a soccer penalty box. Next time you watch a soccer game, imagine a whole basketball game going on in there. And if you're allergic to cats, it also means you're allergic to lions and tigers as well.
But not bears, oh my?
No.
No, they're dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
you guys,
good.
thanks for hanging out with us on this Wednesday afternoon. I hope you'll do it again tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock. And until then, see if you can put a smile on somebody's face.
Whatever gets you through the night.
Julie Buck here for the Only Facial. If you want great skin, and I mean, who doesn't, then pop into the Only Facial and get a facial. They've got so many steps to this process, and it's one price, $125. No tipping, no upsells, no product sales, just a fabulous facial, including microderm abrasion and dermaplaning, and of course, therapeutic massage, just to name a few of the things that will happen during your facial at the Only Facial, with locations all over St. Louis. Also in Overland Park, Kansas, too. So if you're in the KC area, you'll know that you can just go to the Only Facial and get that same facial that you know and love, that you get in Frontenac, that you get in Clayton, that you get in Columbia, Missouri, Sunset Hills, all over town. Look for it. They're pink. You can't miss them, and it's fabulous. It's called The Only Facial, and you can find out more online and book now, too, at theonlyfacial.com.
Did you know carrying debt into retirement can drain your savings and limit your freedom? It's time to take control. Start by paying off those high-interest debts and saving strategically. Don't navigate this alone. Professional guidance can make a real difference. Call me, Tim Schultz, at 314-619-1283, or visit us at pioneerwealthmgmt.com today to learn how you can retire and start creating your dream retirement.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Pioneer Wealth Management and Creative One Wealth are unaffiliated entities. Licensed insurance professional. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. No investment strategy, such as asset allocation or diversification, can ensure a profit or guarantee against losses.
You're selling your home, and I want to buy it. This is Mike Robinson with Robank Properties, and I am ready to pay top dollar for your home. No contingencies, no inspections, no monkey business. I buy your home no matter the condition or location, and you walk away with cash. Call me, Mike Robinson, at 314-283-0867, 314-283-0867, or at robangproperties.com. That's ROBANG properties.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab